And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. If the volatility of these markets is making you seasick, you're not alone. Many investors are afraid to make a move, but not taking action can be just as detrimental as taking the wrong action. All of us here at Compact are focused on growing and protecting your assets. That means watching market activity all day, every day to try and find the great money-making opportunities during the good times and keep your money out of harm's way during the bad times. We have the products, resources, and experience to help you stay ahead of the game. So if you're wondering what your next step should be, let's chat. 1-800-388-9700. I will sit down with you to discuss your options and to help you get past the fear so you can make better financial decisions. Call me at 1-800-388-9700 and let's work together to build your financial future. That's 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
Here we go.
This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And so last night, with nothing else to watch, I actually did watch the Panthers come back and get a game from the Golden Knights on the TV. In overtime, they did. I don't know if you guys knew that happened. You know, if you're paying attention or not.
Oh, I knew that happened. I'm sitting here just kind of trying to shake off the shock and awe of that last statement. You watched hockey?
Yeah, I did. I sat there and watched hockey. And the first thing that I actually tweeted this, but I'll say it again. The hell happened to Gretzky's face? Why does he look? He doesn't. What happened? Is that just age, or did he have some plastic surgery? It looks like he might have had some plastic surgery done.
Well,
too much time in LA or something.
maybe.
Or is that just like normal aging
I
effect?
think that's just his aging effect.
How old is Gretzky?
Yeah, about 100.
Oh, okay. Because I remember, when he was playing and everything, he's only 62.
Oh,
he shouldn't look like that yet. Yeah, something's happened. Something's been done. Something's been nipped. Something's been tucked. And is it just me? Has anybody else noticed this? If you're out there and you watch hockey, one of the two of you, let me know. 888-368-1580. I can't quite explain it. You have to watch the show last night, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Sitting there, Kenny Albert. Kenny Albert. It sounds like Kevin Harlan's illegitimate son. They kind of have a similar voice.
Yeah,
there's a little bit there. Yeah. But Kevin Harlan is up here. Kenny Albert can't stop eating things. He just, he's kind of a biggin.
Or biting things.
He's always been a bit of a chub. And I remember back in the 2000s, I was playing some hockey video game, right? And in this hockey video game, Kenny Albert was the voiceover guy. And then I see him on the TV 20 years later. I'm like, oh my God, how young is that guy? You'd think he's much older, but they say fat don't crack, and he's a little bit of a chub.
So maybe they say that?
Well, I mean, that's the version I've heard.
Huh.
You may have heard something different.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh, I've never heard that version before. It's new to me.
It fits too. It works. Anyway. So let's see. Brooks Koepka says, spouse said the exact same thing about Gretzky. So yes, the two of us saw it last night. So why did you text earlier Tal Bachman? He's the guy who did that song, She's So High Above Me. Remember that from the 90s? And why did you text that inexplicably, Brooks Koepka? Anyway, Bruno Baller says, Wayne Gretzky's 62 years old. No, I get that, but I know 62-year-olds that don't look like that.
He is old, so that does happen to your face.
He's not that old. You're that old. You don't look that way.
Well, I mean, if you look at me from back when in my playing days,
you don't look like you've had plastic surgery, Randy.
Compared to today, I mean,
come on, man. Come on.
I mean, my face looks rubber compared to what it was back in the day.
Your face right now does not look too different than the face I saw 30 years ago when I came in there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to try to be on the radio. Wayne Gretzky's face, he looks like, so I never really watched Deep Space Nine, but there's a character there. They call him a changeling. His name is Odo, and he's got a big plastic face. That's what Wayne Gretzky looked to me last night.
See, he doesn't look, I mean, I'm looking at this picture from, I don't know exactly when, but it's a recent picture of him.
Well, don't look at the picture. You got to see the video from last night.
It looks normal to me. I mean.
No. If Brooks Koepka noticed, his wife noticed it too. It's not just me. So maybe it's something new. I don't know. Maybe it's bad lighting. I can't say, but it was just kind of like Gretzky's
could have been bad lighting.
He shouldn't look that way yet. Brooks Koepka also says, just so that I could hear you hit that note. Nice pipes. Oh, they appreciate it. Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Albert is Harlan's fourth clone, so he's a bit off. Is that what it is? He's also related to Marv, so there's that. Wouldn't want to be bit by those beaver teeth, to be honest. Yeah, no kidding, man. That's a good point.
I mean, he doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like he's had any work done whatsoever.
Yeah. Kenny Albert's beaver teeth have never hit carrots. Let's just say that. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I was watching that same game last night, Jeffrey. I kept asking myself, is that Wayne Gretzky? I couldn't figure out who it was. Then I realized, oh my God, he's gotten old. That's the thing.
Well,
Wayne
62.
Gretzky hasn't gotten as old, but I think his face tried to get newer and failed.
Well, he's
I'm
62.
telling you, he's not that old. Randy, you're not old. Stop
That's
it.
old. That's pretty old.
You're not old. Seriously.
I don't see that there's any. I mean, it doesn't stand out to me like he's had some work done.
Yeah, you're looking at probably old pictures on Google.
No, I'm looking at current current pictures of him.
How do you know they're current?
Well, he looks old in them.
Oh, okay. You got me there.
Yes, it's unassailable logic.
Now, see, even these pictures don't look like last night. Some of these pictures I'm looking like the nose. He's something's up. Something is up.
Yeah.
Blissel Hayes says, I don't know, man. It's definitely you. Gretzky looks fine. I agree with Randy. it's odd you judge people so much by what they look like. No, I'm just saying he used to look away, and then now he doesn't look that way. And I think it's too soon for him to look this way because he's not that old. He's seriously not that old. Moist One says, well, the restraining order's been lifted and I'm back in the valley. Hey, Moist One, the two-time winner of the Premier League for the fantasy football.
Which was very confusing.
Yeah, here comes all the, well, I tell you what, he's going to give all you other degenerates a run for your money. If you haven't heard some of Moist One's texts, you might want to think about going to confession weekly again. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Bruno Baller says Tal Bachman is the son of Randy Bachman, Turner Overdrive. Didn't know that. Thank you, Bruno Baller. See, this is Friday. This is Friday. It's starting in a Friday way. We're going to Friday like we haven't Fridayed before. Boomer, it's a softball schooler, is on the text line. I knew this was coming.
Boomer, it's a softball schooler.
Yeah. I just gave him that name because I knew what was coming next. He says, Jeffrey, we have to give it up to Oklahoma. No, we don't. Moving on. 888-36. Okay, fine. We'll give it to you.
I mean,
He
three.
Just this once. I think you kind of
62-1 on the season, third national championship in a row.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Randy. Give it to him.
Well, I mean, congratulations. And this one is for the Boomer Sooner Nation. Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner. Congratulations.
Boomer, big fives. Anyway, so yeah, congratulations to the Boomer Sooner. College
softball champions.
All right, that's great. I'm saying, and Boomer, you probably didn't hear this yesterday, but we were saying they should have ladies softball as a professional thing on TV. I think people would watch it, and I'm not trying to be ironic or funny or mean or nothing. I'm seriously think that, and so stop right there. That's what I want to do. I want to stop right there. You know why? Because the next thing people are say is, well, they put that beach volleyball on the TV. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that is legit. A bunch of gals out there playing what I call some of the meanest softball you'll ever see. Man, when you go out, if you go to a rec field and you see there's the dudes over there, the ladies over there.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies' side is terrifying. I'm not even kidding. They are mean.
They play for keeps.
They play mean. They don't care if they get hurt. They're like childbirth, whatever, suck it up, boom, and they just barrel through people. And they look angry. They look very angry. I stay over on the men's side. Just I'm not manly enough, I think, to go over on that side. That'd probably be the first time in my life I'd be scared at bat at slow pitch. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh God.
Well, and you think about it, these girls, they play fast pitch.
Yeah. Oh, I'd play. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd play.
Yeah.
But not with ladies. They'll hurt you.
They'll get you.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. TGIF. That's thank goodness it's Friday, Randy. He says, I'm glad it's finally Friday. Tough week with my work. Wife is sick, looking after a toddler. But hey, the sun is shining a little brighter today. The air is a little cleaner. The Arizona Diamondbacks still in first place, about to take on Boogie's and Jim P's Detroit Tigers. So go Diamondbacks.
Yeah. There we
go. That's
snakes.
right. They've left the smokestack of Canada that is blown over into Washington, D.C. Inexplicably, I guess it hasn't hit Michigan or nothing. I'm looking at a map right now that Choro sent yesterday. It's a very small map, and it hasn't got the states marked out, but I'm just going to assume it's fine. Do they play in an indoor stadium in Detroit?
In Detroit? No, it's outdoor. Yeah.
Well, hey, as long as it's clean enough air to do it, by God, I'm glad. But here's another part of that, though, guys.
I think the fires are on the east coast of Canada to the north, and it's just been blown down south.
So it's just been contouring.
I believe it's Quebec.
Whatever.
Maybe.
Oh, the Frenchy Frenches?
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yeah.
I believe it's Quebec.
Here's a bad point is the Dodgers are playing the Phillies today. Well, actually, Phillies are kind of all right. I don't know.
The Phillies did go to the World Series last year. However, this year so far they suck, and they are a fourth place in the National League East.
I think you're going to see the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers get more wins than losses over the next few days. You know what I'm saying? Both of them will. So this little race will probably continue. I'm not taking the Tigers that seriously right now, and I probably would take the Phillies more seriously than Tigers. But
Tigers are actually they have, I think, a better record than the Phillies.
they don't. They are 26 and 34. The Phillies are 30 and 32.
They're in range of each other. I mean, that
Now, everybody's in range of each other. I guess the question is, who's playing better ball right now, the Tigers or the Phillies?
Probably the Phillies.
It's still probably the Phillies, but the Phillies are so disappointing.
Yeah,
I mean,
like is it a crap taco or a crap sandwich? You know, that's all you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I think the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks will get plenty of wins over the next few days. Maybe not win everything, but you get the wins.
Just remember what I said. They have to play the games. Keep that in mind.
That is brilliant. And I forget so often.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet.
Boomer Sooner is also thankful. Thank you. Thank you. CK says, good afternoon, fellas. Weather Hefe, beer me, please. And happy Pride Month, or bye, Jeffrey. I wish I were that interesting, that I was actually bi. You know what I mean? I just think, I think of bi people. Watch. Don't worry. I'm not going to Matt McDermott you or what's that other guy's name? Jay. I'm not going to Anthony Bass you here. I'm just going to say, hey, here's what I think about bi people. You're just damn greedy. Okay. That's not fair. You pick one or the other. The rest of us don't need competition from people who can do both. You know what I'm saying?
You just want it all.
Just saying. I could have never dated a bi person, because then I'm just like, now every man that walks in the room and woman that walks in the room, I got to wonder about. It's hard enough. It's hard enough when it's just one gender. Now I got to worry about both genders. Just saying. So that's as deep as any resentment from me is going to go when it comes to the LGBTQ kind of stuff. But there are some things afoot right now. In fact, news broke just a little bit ago that Anthony Bass from the Blue Jays, this is one of the most interesting things I've ever come across and read when it comes to somebody being a bigot. Let me just help you out here. So the Blue Jays pitcher, Anthony Bass. Now, he said in the past, first thing he says was, he wanted to ban, Target and Bud Light for, merchandising towards the LGBTQIA groups. And he was angry about this. And he says, they are evil and demonic. That's how he phrased it against these people, the LGBTQIA, Target and Bud Light, evil and demonic. And now you can't understand why he's been put on the DFA right before the ceremonial first pitch, during LGBTQIA, month there's an activist who's going to throw out the pitch. So they've said, here's the thing. Here's what he said. When I look back on it, I can see why people would view it that way, but it wasn't evil. What I said wasn't wrong. I didn't mean that in hateful. How else do you describe calling anyone evil and demonic? How's that not hateful? That's pretty hateful. Because if something is evil and demonic, I think it's appropriate to hate it.
No, he was saying they were evil and demonic in a nice way.
I didn't get that.
With kindness in his heart, as you do.
Okay. See, you know what? Maybe that's the problem. Emails. It happens all the time. I probably
you see it in print. Yeah. It just doesn't, it hits a little stronger than what you'd expect.
Now, to be fair to this guy, he says, I look back, I apologize, and I'm learning, I'm doing what I can do. He says, but I stand by my personal beliefs. Well, your personal beliefs are that they're all evil and demonic. So, yeah.
This is a different situation than the player that wouldn't wear the pride patch that they had in the NHL. That you just
okay. Now understand, if you don't want to wear the pride patch, I don't think you're a bigot. I think it's all right to have your beliefs, but I don't think even in the Christian thought process, they're going to look at the LGBTQIA people and say evil and demonic. they're going to love those people. And even though they may have differences of opinion, they're going to try to show them a better way or a light. They're going to try to show them how living in the light of their God is a great way to go. But you're never going to win anybody over with evil, demonic, or hateful speech. And so, yeah, to stand behind God when you start to label an entirety of people as evil and demonic, and then just get mad at a company because they want to try to include them by marketing to them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Pretty sure God's on my side on this one. I could be wrong.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to speak for God, but I'm
listening for some thunder.
I think you're all clear.
All right. So yeah, so they pulled him, and then there was also this guy for the Red Sox who put up some stuff back in 2021 where he said, and you know, I guess in his he was supposed to make his first start I think yesterday, but they decided to maybe not do that because Pride Month and everything. But I guess he said back in 2021, homosexuals will not inherit the kingdom of God. They will go to hell. That is not my opinion, but the truth. I have read nowhere in the Bible that I have read all of that homosexuals will go to hell. There is Old Testament stuff where it says, okay, you shouldn't be doing them things. But I don't remember anything in the New Testament that says, I have died for your sins, except for you guys in the dresses. No, I haven't. No, not for you guys who are in love with each other. Not you girls who are in love with each other. I died for everybody's sins, but the gays. Well, I've died for everybody's sins, but the liberals haven't died for their sins. There's a small group of people that I have died for their sins. And you know who you are. That's not in the Bible. But here he is saying, read Corinthians. Come on, man. Come on. So Dormati, I guess, I think he might have started. I don't mean his period. I mean, I think he might have started pitching yesterday.
Right.
For the Red Sox. Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
I wasn't sure, really.
When it comes to race and when it comes to sexuality, none of this is political. It's all human issue. When it comes to COVID, and that was not ever political, that was science, and it was a human issue. Everything we're talking about right now is a human issue. I feel like we got to bring to light when there's people out there saying some stuff they need to be held accountable for. That's all I'm saying.
That's
all
fair.
I'm saying.
That's completely fair.
Now, I'm sure the people who are listening right now, they're like, well, I do believe that homosexuality is wrong and a sin. All right, well, I can respect that you have been brought up that way and you've read the things that way, but I would challenge you to go back and read those Bibles and really sort some things out there. And, you know, I have more respect for people who think a certain way and stand by it and don't change the way they think, no matter what the rest of the world is doing outside of evil things. We all agree racism is evil. We all agree that being prejudiced and needlessly prejudiced against some people, that's bad. So it's a tricky line. Some parts of the Bible say certain things. Some parts of the Bible say that all women should always be wearing hats. You have to be able to balance Old Testament with New Testament. And then, you'll sort it out. But trust me, if you read the Jesus I read, none of these pictures, they're not getting it right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, in the Old Testament, it also says that you shouldn't wear mixed fabrics. I mean, so anybody wearing polyester is basically. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't. It's just a very
polyester and cotton.
I'm sorry. But that blend it's not biblical.
I'm going to hell. My shirt's going to hell. I'm not.
So I'm just saying, you gotta make sure that if you're going to read the Bible that literally, are you willing to read the entire thing that literally? That's all.
And also understand that you might read some stuff in there that doesn't jive with your way of life either. So just saying. 888-368-1580. So speaking of the Red Sox, the Boston Red Sox are playing the Yankees. So for the next 3 games, I'm a Red Sox fan. I don't even care if that bigot is part of it. I don't care. I want the Yankees to lose. I want the Yankees to lose. That's all I care about. You know, what the Boston Red Sox need to figure out in their own house, none of my business. I just want the Yankees to lose. And I think that they've got an uphill battle, guys. I think we'll talk about that a little bit more when we come back. We'll talk about what's going on with the Diamondbacks and some other baseball stuff. Of course, we got the big basketball game tonight. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, the betting favorite to win the World Series, LA at plus 450, while the Atlanta Braves, who lead the NL East, are plus 470. The Tampa Bay Rays, who have the best record in baseball, are plus 550, while the Houston Astros, they're the defending World Series champions, at plus 700. The Yankees are plus 1,000, and the Texas Rangers, who lead the AL West, are plus 1,800. Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves plus 110 to win the NL MVP. Shohei Ohtani of the Angels minus 115 for the AL. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift. Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos. Wow, your dad is one lucky guy. What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going? Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com. Because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted.
Let's go. Practice time.
Summer means mini camps, OTAs, and it's on to preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news when you need to know about the NFL offseason. Remember, if it's the NFL, we talk about it. Your home for NFL news, games, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's go to the text line, get caught up. Straight Strapper is like, what's up, Moist One? Maybe the most inappropriate but funny texting. Let it commence. Moist One says they should have designated that bass for gender reassignment. Boomer Sooner says, Jeff goes, some of the Sooners were praising the Lord for their good fortune on Fox Live. Good for them. Listen, don't take what I said about being anti-God, anti-Christian, or anti-anything. I think I was very clear about what I was saying there. I'm just saying, if you're basing your beliefs on the same Bible that I've read, you might want to reread that. Take another look at it. That's all I'm saying. Baker's Cocky Hen says, just use the scripture with your wives, and I'm sure you'll be happy. 1 Timothy 2:12 says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Wow.
Oh, no, listen. That
I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah, you do not want a silent woman. That bad things follow when they're quiet. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome to try, though, if you.
Yeah, that's Timothy clearly was never married.
Not
I'm just saying, you just don't, Tim. Somebody needed to sit down with Timothy, I think. Big George says, why the hell are the LA Dodgers, the betting favorites to win the World Series right now? They aren't even in first place in their own division. Come on, Tony Vaziri. Get your stuff together. Dodgers are not winning the World Series. By the way, it's not Vaziri, it's Desiree, and that's the host of our morning show, Wake Up Call. And second, here's why. Because the same thing that Randy says every single year. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. You could still be high on a team and where you imagine they're going to go. And, they're maybe not there right now. It's about what happens after the All-Star break. Right, Randy?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot make decisions on playoff runs and on what team is going to win the World Series until you get after the All-Star break and headed down that stretch in July, August, and into September. You really don't know anything. There was a time the Chicago Cubs were leading the NL, and the Mets were not leading the NL. And guess what? Within a month, the Mets had caught and passed the Cubs and went on to win the World Series. That was 1969, I believe. So, yeah, plenty of time left. Plenty of time left in the season.
And cut Tony some slack. He's just telling you what the lines are. He didn't set them.
He's just reading numbers,
yell at
man.
Vegas, not Tony, Big George. By the way, the New York Mets have lost Pete Alonso with a bone bruise and a sprain on his left wrist for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be careful with him. It's better to do that
for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but they're not going to rush him back into the lineup. This is not the time of year you want to get somebody back into the lineup quickly. They're going to take their time. Listen, hand injuries, especially in baseball with power hitters, there's a lot of torque, a lot of twisting that goes on in the wrist area, that hand area. So they're going to be very careful with Pete Alonso. They want him to be fresh, especially, again, after the All-Star break.
888-368-1580. A historian wants us to know that Nero committed suicide to avoid the Roman Senate proclaimed sentence of death by flogging back in 68 AD.
Death by flogging.
Wow. What about death by Ooga Booga? All right. 888-368-1580. We've all heard some version of that
death
joke.
by Snoo Snoo.
Snoo Snoo. Oh, Snoo Snoo. Snoo Snoo or Ooga Booga or both. I don't care. So, I was saying before that the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, they're playing in a place where the Sox haven't won in a while. They are 0-6 at Yankee Stadium. I don't know last year or recently, but I want these Red Sox to win. But the Yankees, I think, might be a better team.
Yeah,
right now.
I got bad news for you, Jeffrey. In the last 10 games, the Sox are 3-7.
Oh, boy.
And away from Fenway Park, they're 14-16 so far this season. They're a game under 500. Meanwhile, the Yankees are getting healthy and they're starting to win games, and they're 6-4 of their last 10. And at home, it's very difficult to beat the Yankees. So it would have to be some sort of miraculous arrival of the Red Sox, who are 0-6 this season at Yankee Stadium. But it's not overwhelming. Again, you got to play the games. So we'll have to see what happens.
Why does Garrett Cole sound familiar?
Garrett Cole used to pitch for the Astros. He was on the Astros that won the 2017 World Series, I think.
The cheater team?
Yep.
Yeah.
The very same.
So I'm looking at the pitchers for this first game, and Garrett Cole with his 2.82 ERA facing off against Garrett Whitlock with his 5.61 ERA.
Yeah, but you've got to break it down farther than that. You can't take season ERA into account. You've got to look at what does this guy do against the Yankees.
Whitlock is 2-2. Garrett Cole is 7-0.
Yeah, Garrett Cole is having a splendid season. Exactly what the Yankees need, because their starting pitching has really been in trouble this year. But the other guy, Whitlock, I think we have to see what does he do against the Yankees. That would be interesting for me. What is his record against the Yankees? What's his ERA against the Yankees?
Well, right now, probably bad. I'm going to guess bad. Just bad.
All right. Well, we can say this, Jeffrey. It's time for the Red Sox to have a win streak, and it couldn't start at a better time than going into this series against the Yankees.
All right, Berg, get your rally hat on. I just want the Yankees to hurt. That's all.
Red Sox are 14 games out.
The Red Sox are the only team in the AL East right now with a losing streak.
Yeah.
But the Yankees don't have Aaron Judge for a bit, right?
Well, he'll probably come back here rather quickly.
Not next 3 games, right?
Well, maybe.
Oh, crap. All right. I don't want him to be hurt. Again, I'm not wishing injury, but if it's happening, goddamn Aaron Judge, just take a moment for yourself. Take some time off.
It's a long season.
No vacation.
Relax, Aaron. You don't need to come. We got this one. Go ahead.
It was a pretty nasty fall you took there in LA. Just don't hurry.
So how bad are the Mariners this year? Pretty bad.
Boy, right? So far pretty bad. They're not matching up to what a lot of people expected, including myself. I thought the Mariners were set for a playoff run. So yeah, they're pretty bad. 4th place right now in the AOS, just ahead of the Athletics.
They ended last season so hot. I just thought there was some momentum that would carry over.
Right. And now all of a sudden they're not even a 500 ball club at the moment.
No.
I think that maybe their GM, Jerry Dipoto.
Yes. Dipoto.
Yeah. I think he's getting fired. I think he knows he's getting fired because he came out and admitted, this team I put together, oh my God, it stinks. You're like, wait, what? He says, this is just being honest. We can go out and acquire prime Babe Ruth, and it's not going to help us. We're not one player away or one magic spell from fixing this. Yeah, you pretty much put this roster together there, buddy. And he says, I'm accountable for putting players in the field that are underperforming. Players are accountable for upholding their approach, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Dipoto's going to be fired because he should be. I think he should be, especially with that, because you didn't need to say the rest. You should have said, you know what? It's on me. I'm supposed to put a good team out there, and I apologize. We're going to work harder on making this better. But he kept going and saying, Ben, the players, well, they should. He's saying, well, these guys out there, they're supposed to be good. They're supposed to be playing better. No, Jerry, shh. You just basically insisted that the Mariners fire you.
It's too bad that this team is not working well for them. They've got a lot of talent on this team. It's like sometimes, Jeffrey, when you get a lot of talent on one team and you expect them to do something, but they just don't gel together as a team. Maybe it's the wrong head coach. Maybe they need a new head coach. Maybe they need to break up this team and bring in. I mean, they've got some.
Maybe they need a new GM.
Well, it could be the GM, but the GM's not. He's not that involved. I don't know how to put it into words. He's not that involved in the day-to-day operations of the ball club. The head coach, the manager is the guy that's got to go out and set the lineups and get this team to play well. It's just a team that is not producing up to their potential. They're underproducing.
And it's not that drastically different of a team from last year.
No.
When they did make the playoffs, when they did go on that run.
Yeah.
That's why so many people thought they were going to be good this year. So even though he did put together a team that's underperforming, they performed last year. So what's wrong?
But if I am an owner and I've got a GM, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear from him. Sorry, we'll work on putting a better team out there. And then the GM walks down the hall, talks to the coach. The hell, man, you better get some stuff going here with these guys or there's going to be changes, and it's not going to be limited to players.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for this team. They have an outfielder, a kid named Julio Rodriguez, which is he's a rising star in this league. But the rest of the team is so. I mean, they're underperforming. They're not performing well. They're not playing as a well-oiled machine, and maybe they need different management. Maybe they need a different a coach out there that can help this team get together.
Well, I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about the Mariners. To be honest, I just thought it was kind of funny.
Well, they're playing the Angels and then the Padres. So, and the Padres desperately need some wins. I have a feeling it's going to come at the hands of the Mariners.
More than likely. Big George says, screw the Yankees and screw the Red Sox. Can't stand either team and their obnoxious fans. I hope a meteor strikes the field and destroys both teams.
Wow.
Yeah, as long as the Yankees get taken out too, then I'm fine with that. But since that's not going to happen, I'm a fan of the Red Sox for the next 3 games. I'm sorry, George. That's just a fact. Anybody who plays and beats the Yankees, Dodgers included, I will be. Well, no,
boy, I can't do that.
Not the Dodgers.
I can't.
I was going to say I'll be a fan of. I'll be a fan of all the other teams. I'll abstain from a vote, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't hate the Dodgers. I hate the Yankees. Boomer Sooner says, Jeff Go, I got breaking traffic news. I-17 slowed to a stop just past Anthem Way. Be safe out there. Yes, but what you didn't tell us is that northbound or southbound? Which direction is that? I'm going to guess northbound. I'm guessing, but I don't know. I got to guess. And that's why Boomer Sooner, we're the professionals.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Yeah. Got to take it. You got to pay attention to details, Boomer Sooner.
Yeah. Devil is in the details, or the details in the devil, or
devil's in the detail.
How's that go?
Yeah, devil's in the detail.
Sure it is?
Randy's right. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Are you sure?
And then there's deviled eggs.
Oh, I like a deviled egg.
And then there's devil's food cake.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Let me tell you something about.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Places to eat a deviled egg.
Yeah.
At a get together where your family, not at Golden Corral.
Okay. All right.
Not at an all you can eat place.
You know where to eat deviled eggs? At my mom's house. All right. Yeah.
I'm sure I would eat deviled eggs at your mom's house. Imagine she had been a pretty good cook back in the day.
No, that's
before
right.
she died.
She's dead now.
Yeah. I really don't know if that was going the direction you hoped it would go. Did she die from deviled eggs?
No.
Oh.
It's a good way to die, though.
Blood clot.
That's anything to do with deviled eggs at all?
I don't think so.
Okay. Quiet Cannon says pickled eggs with a beer. Ooh. Oh,
see
God.
now.
Oh my God.
I had a friend. He passed away 2 years ago, and I was on a hunting trip with my other buddies. We were all common friends. We were all common brothers, and I had not had a pickled egg like this. Danny liked pickled eggs out of this certain juice. That was perhaps the worst pickled egg I've ever had in my entire life. But
did he die of pickled eggs?
No, he died of a massive cardiac arrest.
Were pickled eggs involved?
No. No.
I mean, that would explain things.
Rest in peace, Danny Snide. Rest in peace.
You say rust in peace?
No, rest.
Oh, you said rust.
No.
Was he a car guy?
No. He was a mechanic. Yeah, he was a very good mechanic. Yeah. No.
So did he like just pickles? Or just pickled stuff?
Pickled eggs.
Well, the reason I'm asking, I saw, and I don't know which pizza place it is, but hopefully it burns to the ground. They're using pickles, sliced pickles, as a pizza topping. I mean, if you like it, but by God, if you like sardines, go right ahead. If you like, none of my business what you eat, but I saw that and I had an immediate reaction.
Yeah.
Pickles
I can see why.
on a pizza. But I always say you got to try it, right? Then maybe I got to try it, I guess. I don't know if I like pickles enough to try.
Do we have to try it?
There's no we. I mean, you don't have to do anything, man.
Thank you.
Big T says, had a fried deviled egg with jalapeno. Next level. It's like I always say, it's like on a video game, you're leveling up, right? But when it comes to fried deviled egg with jalapeno, what are you leveling up to? Time spent in the bathroom? Because that's not going to end well, Big T.
It's a good point.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about tonight's game, 5:30 p.m., the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. How do you shorten Heat? I just said the Nuggets are the Denver Nugs.
Heh.
Miami. Heh.
Heh.
Heh. All right. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is the Daily Bleh here on 1580 of Fadana. Yeah.
Finn.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift. Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos. Wow, your dad is one lucky guy. What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going? Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And so Belmont Park has gotten back to killing horses, which I think means the air is clear enough for the rest of us to go outside on the East Coast.
Wow.
That is like they have a canary in a coal mine. Well, on the East Coast, once Belmont Park starts killing horses out there, now it's okay. We can all go back outside again, because if it's good enough for the horses they're killing over there, it's good enough for us and the baby. Let's get the baby in the stroller. Let's take them out there.
All right.
So yeah, I guess racing has continued. Does anybody you ever bet on the horse racing there, Keon?
A couple of times, but it's just something I don't follow it closely enough to know what the hell I'm doing. So I just lose money. So I don't really do it much.
Hey, I Turf Paradise. Have you ever been over there?
No, I don't think so.
So here's what you do. Let me just give you some advice before you go. Turf Paradise is a horse track in Paradise Valley. And what you do is you get you've got any Vicks at home? You take Vicks and you rub a little bit under each nostril, like you're going to a morgue. And then you go to Turf Paradise and you can actually bet some horses there, And the reason for the Vicks is because it smells like death and old people in there. It's all musty and just it'll crack your soul in half, basically.
Right.
So go over there and try to experience. Have you ever done live horse race betting before?
Oh, live? No, I can't say that I have. No, I have not.
Yeah, you should give it a try. Grab some friends, go to Turf Paradise, and maybe have some food and some probably some Pepto-Bismol, and bet on some races. Just bet on some races.
Pepto-Bismol.
I might give it a shot.
At least that was my experience.
Right. Okay.
So, it's been a lot of years. I know they just got sold, and the guy who used to run the place, Vincent Franzia, he was the best guy. I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but he's like he should be the mayor of someplace. He was a cool dude. So, but I don't know if they've made improvements yet. I don't know what the current situation is at Turf Paradise. But if you've never done it before and you're a gentleman gambler, you should go give it a shot. See what it's like.
A gentleman gambler,
but trust me on the VIX. Navy Brad says
noted.
Rough Paradise is at 19th Avenue in Bell. Oh, okay. Now I remember. Yeah. Haven't been there in a long time. Is that
Turf Paradise?
It's probably not Paradise
No, that's
Valley,
not Paradise Valley. No.
My apologies. So write this down. Turf Paradise, 19th Avenue and Bell Road.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And I'm wondering if somebody bought it to tear it down. You might want to act quick, Keon.
Also noted.
Yeah. And don't wear funny hats. That's only for.
I mean, the last time I drove by there, it was still standing. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I haven't been there in 20 years. I think 15, 20 years. Yeah. Old Bill Strauss and Vincent Franzia used to do a radio show from there. And I would help him out with it sometimes back in the day. Anyway, so yeah, the main story here is the air is getting better on the East Coast. So all your sporting events should be back in action for the most part. So let's get caught up on the text line. Moist One says cheeseburger pizza with pickles. I guess that makes more sense than just straight pickles as a topping for a pizza.
So you're saying hamburger and cheese, like cheddar cheese or American or Colby Jack or.
Well, here's an idea. Go buy a damn cheeseburger and eat it. Why do you got to mix up the things?
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Quiet Cannon says, next level. Never mind. I'm trying to say dill pickle. Oh, he says he likes the dill pickle juice. Yeah. Okay.
Huh. You pour that in a martini. That's good.
I know people have done that. I've had some
yeah.
pickle whiskey shots or something.
Yeah.
Last Optimist says they pickled everything out here in the grocery stores in Northwest Florida. Really curious to try a pickled egg, but my wife shudders every time she sees them. You know why? Because generally our experience with pickled eggs is in the movies and TV where there's this jar in some nasty bar and somebody's like, you want a pickled egg? And the bartender with an unwashed hand opens it up and grabs some and hands it to you. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, even that, it's so much pickleness to it that kills everything, right? Isn't that the whole thought process? That much salt water kills anything?
Maybe.
Except for saltwater fish.
Maybe. I think
I gotta
salt
re-examine that idea.
Salt purifies. Yeah, okay. All right.
Pinocchio says, dude, barbecue chicken pizza with red onions and dill pickle slices is wonderful. Beer me, Randy. Please.
Okay.
You like pickles, I guess. Yeah. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffco, is Keon okay? I'm not hearing him much today. Yeah.
I'm fine.
He's right there. He's been talking.
I don't feel like I've said stuff.
Yeah, he said stuff. Anyway, can we talk about tonight's game, please?
Boy, I hope so.
All right. So the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat are playing in Miami. And let's go ahead and do the tales of the betting tape. Let's see here. Tonight, who do you think is favored without looking? Randy, who do you think is favored in tonight's game?
Denver Nuggets.
You are correct, sir. Spread is -3.5 in favor of the Denver Nuggets. The money line is -165 on the Nuggets, +140 on the Heat. And then the over-under, 211. 211. So, all right, let's go down the line here. Keon, how are you going to bet this?
Yeah, I would probably take Denver to cover the 3 points, and then I'll go over.
You think? Okay, I got you. The over. How about you, Randy? Over or under?
Denver covers. I'll go over, and it's going to be a good game.
I'm going the exacto because I was exactly right about the last game that they would win by at least 15 points. They would have won by 20, but they kind of just sort of at the end in garbage time sloughed off a bit there. So, but I wouldn't touch the money line on this. Not even sure I'd want anything to do with the spread because I get what you guys are saying. Denver will cover. I don't know. I don't know if I'd even go near Miami, but yeah. So I'm going exacto 211. You're both going over. All right. So one of the things that, well, I probably should have told you this before you gave me your betting ideas. Jamal Murray has an injury that has been revealed. Jamal Murray showed up to practice with a big old wrap on his hand, and they're like, "Hey, Jamal, what's up with your hand?" "Oh yeah, here, let me show you. That's right here. This is
floor
my hand."
burn. Floor burn.
Mm-hmm. That does not look like floor burn. Whatever the heck that is. That we're seeing the meat, the red meat of the inside of his hand.
Yeah,
man.
I think it's
happens sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's floor burn.
Like you slide on the ground and it just just tears off.
They'll wrap it. They'll be fine. Problem is, every time he handles the ball with that hand, Miami and this would be NBA teams anywhere. They're going to be smacking that hand.
Smack of a hand.
And that's why Tyler Hero's not coming back yet. Because if Tyler Hero comes back and that hand is not fully healed, what's going to happen is they're going to hit that hand. They're going
Tyler
every chance
Hero's
they
going to
get.
go around a screen.
Oh yeah,
and just get take
By
it
the
out.
way,
they're going to
Hero
smack
is not
that
coming
hand.
back.
Yeah,
Hero is not coming back tonight. By the way, you see that red right there in his hand injury?
Mhm.
That is how rare I like my steaks. That now I'm hungry for steak.
That's an odd connection. I wouldn't look at what appears to be the underneath of someone's skin and then think about my food that I like to eat. But you know,
well, you're real judgy, aren't you?
I'm just saying.
Jeffrey is a carnivore. I don't see what the problem is here.
What's your problem, man?
Just a connection I wouldn't have made.
I like it rare. Well, he says it's not bothering him. It's no problem. But you guys are right. That is a target during a game.
You just that's his left hand. It looks like just a nice.
I just dropped it, but yes, it was left.
Nice hard screen coming from the left.
Yeah.
And see if you can get the hand, and it's legal.
Swatting at that hand. Yeah.
Smack at the hand.
If he's going for a layup with his right.
Smack at the hand.
And the left hand's just kind of hanging back there sometimes.
Smack at the hand.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
High five. NFL Blitzer says, "Good Friday, gentlemen. Just got off from work, and the Diamondbacks are now up 1-0. Woo!
There we go. There we go.
Second. All right. All right. The Nuggets. They're going to win this. Who are we kidding? The Heat. They're making it interesting. They're playing their hearts out. You can't say that Spoelstra is not amazing as a coach, but the Nuggets are going to win this. And then the Nuggets' wealth of riches next year gets even better. They just did a trade. This is very rare to have an NBA Finals team making a trade, but here's what happened. The Denver Nuggets have acquired the 2024 first and second round pick and a 2023 second round pick in a deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder for a protected 2029 first round pick. 29. God, that's so far off in the future. We should have flying cars by then. That's how far out that is. So the Nuggets they're just like, man, they're wheeling, they're dealing. They're even though I think they're pretty much unstoppable now, they got Jokic, they got Jamal Murray, they got what's that guy's name? That is always under the basket. He's
Aaron Gordon.
Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. That's just a stacked ass team as long as nobody gets hurt. Why do they feel like, is there something coming up with one of these other players that they're going to lose somebody? Because I don't know why you'd even tinker with this lineup.
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't think they're trying to tinker with the lineup. I just think that, for instance, Bruce Brown off the bench. I mean, he's somebody that's probably going to be gone. He's been giving them, 20 and 10 roughly every other night this postseason, even though he's a bench player. He's been phenomenal. Well, you're not going to be able to afford to pay that guy. And I just also think that, trying to keep that championship window, getting some youth in there, getting some younger guys in there to be role players. Like at some point you are going to have that turnover. We've seen it happen with the Warriors where they've been able to replace guys. And I think that this is the Nuggets way of doing that, of saying, hey, look, if we're going to be a championship team, then why should the window close, or why should we let guys walk away when we can make sure that we're not just competitive, but we've got young guys who are going to come in and keep that competitive window open longer.
So what you're saying is this is preparing to keep a good bench more than anything.
Yeah, you got a
Because
good bench and good role players.
Yes. Yeah. And, because Jokic, he's a made man. Murray is now a made man. Gordon, I can't imagine getting rid of Gordon. I mean, that whole team right now is something else. So, but now the rich get richer. That's all I got there. All right. So that is 1 hour down. It got oddly quiet on a Friday text line. Were the other days in this week too Friday? And now everybody's just like, I need a break, man.
I predict it will pick up in the 4 o'clock hour.
Oh, you don't think they burnt themselves out?
Very quiet. It's like a little kid. He ran himself out, took a nap. He's about to wake up, all energetic.
Yep.
All right, kids. We'll be back with hour 2. Coming up, we're going to talk some NFL football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live on the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I don't want to start this hour this way, but I have to. This is a man ovation that I can only show you on the YouTube.
Manovation?
And I'm going to show you right here. This guy, it's from Thompson Woodworks. Now, I'm going to let this come into focus here.
Right.
And watch this. He built this contraption in his garage. Now watch what happens. He puts the beer can in this wooden thing. It's got a pulley system, and it does that, right? So he's got his hands full. He walks over. He steps on a little pedal. It tilts the beer. He can drink it as he's got greasy hands in the garage.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that amazing?
What kind of beer is he putting in? Dale's?
Oh, I don't care what kind of beer he's drinking. I'm
what
looking
is
at
that?
the innovation, the man ovation. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, it's a
Look at
wonderful.
that.
Yeah, it's
You just push the pedal and you drink the beer, man.
What kind of beer is
down
that?
to the
though?
U.S. Patent
Dale
Office,
Pale Ale.
because that's
The hell is that?
I don't even care if it's the patent office. I'm just going to steal the design and build that. That's amazing. I got a bunch of work to do on my project car here over the next couple of months, and that right there is just brilliant. Anyway, saw that, had to share it. Sorry.
Excellent.
Killer Rabbit says, "Hey, I'm still listening from Wilmington, North Carolina. 7 p.m. here, by the way, trying to catch up. Pickled? Yes, I am. Go Red Sox." Jeffrey, you said Jamal's hand injury is rare, just like Randy and I like our steaks. Well, like I like my steak too, man.
Yeah. Jeffrey is a rare meat eater.
Very rare steak. So,
yeah.
what is your preferred cookage? I can't remember.
I go medium well because I kind of have to.
I'm learning that some people with certain dietary issues have to have it a little bit better cooked.
Yeah.
So
got to have my meat a little more cooked than you do.
No judgment here in that case. But if anybody cooks their steak more than medium, I'm just going to say, or even medium rare, I'm going to say that's an abomination.
That's fair. Why would you want to kill a good steak?
Yeah, there's no reason. There ain't no reason. Beer Bob, of course, the authority, Hall of Fame texter here, says Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues. It's real solid beer, though, Randy.
I might have to try it.
I like the alliteration. Dale Pale Ale. Oh, hail. Yeah. All right. Blow the whistle. You have to. You just have to. You just have to give me a 2-minute on that.
All right, there it is.
At least a warning, you know, just a warning.
Still a warning.
So we were talking about, the NBA finals and,
Yeah, I think Ken and I picked it correctly. We're going to cover the spread and we're going to take the over.
No. And I'm just taking the exacto.
Yeah,
and I'm not
exacto, and you're not doing anything.
I'm not spreading nothing. Anyway,
you don't think that the Nuggets are going to win by more than 3? Because that's
I honestly don't know if the Heat.
You don't have a feel about this tonight?
No, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, after all of your crowing this week about how you got it right the last game,
I got it exactly right.
You don't have any
and that's why I'm smart enough to not bother putting a bet on something like the spread, because here's why. Let me explain. So, the Nuggets, the Nuggets doing Nugget things, just won in Miami. I feel like Miami is going to win in Miami. Right.
Okay.
Oh, so you think they might win this game?
I think that there is going to be a chance that it's going to come down to the wire. They may not win it, but I think this one is going to be close. And that makes me nervous about getting anywhere near a spread. And that's just my point of view. So what do you guys think?
That's fair.
The Nuggets came back with a blowout because Malone got up their ass so far. You could see him waving from their nostrils. You know what I mean? And so now they've won one. They got to focus. But I don't think they're going to come out like in super duper fire mode. The Heat now lost at home. They got to come back. And Spoelstra, being probably one of the best coaches in the NBA right now and in the near future, he will have them ready. Now, the thing about that is he's had them ready before. They've come out razzle-dazzled and still lost, because then Mike Malone also makes adjustments. Something Monty never really could. I love Monty. Please don't make me.
Yeah, no, not trying to bash the guy. Okay,
don't make me say this.
Just everybody's got their weakness, and that was his.
So anyway, yes, CK, Jeffrey does like raw meat in his mouth. All right, you're damn right he does.
Wow.
Pro Dog says, Jeffrey, you've watched more NHL playoffs than I have watched NBA this whole year. Wasn't that overtime playoff game way more intense than any basketball game? No. No, it wasn't, Pro Dog.
If you like the hockey, you like the hockey. But
I see a great parallel between what's happening in hockey and what's happening in basketball right now, to be honest, the way these, way the playoffs went, the way the finals have gone, there's some huge similarities in the plot lines, if these were all scripted out, like some people will tell you they are. But I was looking at Complex, the sports website, and I just caught my eye. The story they had said, the best coaches in the NBA right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. All right. Well, so I took a look and I was like, whoa. And so I call up Keon. I'm like, Keon, you want to see the best coaches in the NBA? He's like, yeah, I think I know what those are. And then I said, well, take a look at that and let me know what you think. He looked at it and here's what he thinks.
The list is dumb.
Hot garbage. That list is so bad on Complex.
I don't.
It's such a horrible list.
I think you mentioned it too when you called me that they have a lot of the right coaches. They don't have them in any of the right order though.
Yeah, my exact words were, "You're not gonna like it." So here, let me give you guys the 10 best coaches of the NBA right now, and you guys will hear with your own ear what we saw with our eyes, and then we'll discuss. And because we got to set this right, we have to give a correction on this. So here's the Complex list. Mike Brown at number 10 for the Sacramento Kings. Number 9, Taylor Jenkins from the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 8, Quinn Snyder with the Atlanta Hawks. Number 7, Monty Williams, who is now with the Detroit Pistons. Number 6, Nick Nurse, Philadelphia 76ers. Number 5, old Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs. Ty Lue with the Clippers. Mike Malone with the Nuggets, number 3. Steve Kerr with the Warriors, number 2. And number 1, Eric Spoelstra with the Miami Heat. All right, Keon, I'm going to let you go ahead and tackle this because I just giggled.
I don't know. Steve Kerr just is still in the midst of potentially coaching a dynasty. How is he not number 1?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand what Eric Spoelstra has done in this playoff run, but can we just point out that his team damn near missed the playoffs entirely? Like, he's the great coach. He's one of the 3 best in the NBA. He's not the best.
Right. Let me give you Steve Kerr's resume. 473 wins, 238 losses. He's got 4 NBA titles. And, he's never lost a Western Conference playoff series, until he lost to the Lakers then. You know what I'm saying? So he's the man. But you know what? I could almost put him number 2 because sometimes people will say, well, if I had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant, I'd win a bunch of, he didn't have to ever really coach. And look, old dopey, what's his name? The kid came in Walton. But no, wait, who was it? It was a kid. They came in and coached for him when he had the leaky spine.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was Luke Walton. And
Luke Walton.
Yeah,
he came in and he got coach of the year right there because, he had a great record. So that just shows you the Warriors don't even need a coach. Steve Kerr is a fraud.
Team was not going anywhere with Mark Jackson at the helm. Then Steve Kerr shows up and you can't stop that team. If
you think Steve Kerr was not in communication with that team while he was out with a leaky spine, you have another thing coming. Steve Kerr is in command of that team.
I just do not understand. No.
Steve Kerr is clearly number 1 on this list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we all agree Steve Kerr should be number 1 on this list.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't get it. And I don't know that I even have, I don't know. I like Mike Malone. How is he 3 right now? Again, strong case. He's in the NBA finals, but like before this playoff run, would you have had him there?
No.
Okay. Well, so this playoff run jumped him all the way to 3. Like, that's not how we evaluate these things. He's got to do it.
How annoying it is when they say, the 100 best movies of all time, but it's through some 25-year-old's lens at some dumb magazine and nothing makes sense. That's what this seems like to me. So let's go ahead. We'll move Steve Kerr into the number 1 position, and let's not argue about where they put him because they're dumb. Let's put who's number 2 in number 2 ourselves. So who are you looking at as number 2? I'm looking at Nick Nurse. I'm looking at Popovich. I'm looking at even, Even Ty Lue, maybe. So where are you going with number 2?
I would put Pop at 2.
That's exactly what I was going to say, but I thought you were going to yell at me and say it was sentimental.
No, he just hasn't had. He's had a lot of really young teams.
Yeah.
That none of those guys have had like the superstar talent, and we know what it's like in this league when you don't have that.
Yeah, but you could say this is supposed to be one of the best coaches in the league. He should be able to take this talent that he has and at least do something.
They're tanking,
and the team is so bad. It didn't even pretend to try to win games.
Randy, listen. Wembanyama is on the way. This is probably going to be the moment where you see, can I just give you his resume? It's astounding. 1,366 wins, 761 losses, 5 NBA titles. So if he has a year like he did last year, which is 22-60, kind of feel like somebody's trusting.
But
the
he
process,
hasn't had just
one.
He hasn't had just 1 year. He's had a few years like that.
Well, he has had a few bad years, but at the 22-60, this is like the worst that it's been.
Yeah.
And they were clearly tanking.
Well, when the guy comes out before the season even starts and doesn't even consult with his team, a bunch of kids out there, and he goes to the media and he says, if you fans out there are expecting us to win,
but
I wouldn't even buy in this year. I wouldn't even turn the TV on.
He said I wouldn't bet on us, but that's Pop. He's always been like that. It's just when he was winning, he's always been that.
I have no problem with putting him in the top 3, but I wanted to bring this to the table. All right. I wanted to bring it to the table for discussion's sake, because the fourth dimension's going to. All right, we can slot him in 2. I'm okay with it.
That's a good point, but I'll just say, the way that we're seeing the Denver Nuggets move the basketball, the way we've seen the Warriors move the basketball, the first team to do that in an NBA Finals was the San Antonio Spurs when they were shredding LeBron James and the Miami Heat. They had no answers in that Finals. The ball was moving around everywhere, and he was doing it with guys like Thiago Splitter. So I just think that, let's give the guy some respect.
I have nothing but respect for him. I just I've got to play the devil's advocate,
and I appreciate that for sure.
Randy,
I'm not saying you're out of touch on that either.
So Randy is begrudgingly going to agree to Popovich at number 2.
No, I'm not begrudgingly.
Who are you thinking?
No, I'm not begrudging. I'm not begrudgingly.
All right. So who should be number 3 then? Who are you seeing as 3 out of this big list?
Well, they don't have some of the greats on there. So
this is right now. Yeah, this is not in the
right
past.
now.
Yeah,
number 3. Well, what about Nick Nurse or Mike Budenholzer?
Well, Budenholzer wasn't even in the top 10
on the list.
That's what I mean. Budenholzer took a team that had Giannis Antetokounmpo and 2 bit players, and then the rest of the team, and won an NBA Finals against a really good Phoenix team.
I do think Budenholzer should be on the list. I understand,
on the list, but
I wouldn't put him 3. The guy that they had number 1 should be number 3. That's Eric Spoelstra.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Spoelstra has he's got 2 NBA titles, 704 wins. And let me remind you, Kerr has 473 wins. He's got 2 NBA titles. And listen, I know everybody's gonna be like, well, you got LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Well, now look what he's doing.
Okay.
Look what he's doing now.
But rewind the tape to that first title where it was D Wade and Old Shaq. That wasn't an easy team to win a title with, and they were going up against a pretty good, Dallas Mavericks team, and they had to go 6 games and win that series. Yeah. That title was not an easy title to win.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And Spoelstra 3.
Yeah,
I can see that.
And then of course he gets LeBron James and Chris Bosh and does exactly what he's supposed to do, which is go to 4 straight NBA Finals. And that's by the way, with LeBron and D Wade trying to get him fired.
But you could say that also he failed. He went to 4 straight finals. And how many did he win?
2.
He won 2 and 4. And
clearly he had one of the greatest lineups, perhaps.
Yeah. But
of all time.
I don't blame the first one on Spoelstra, because LeBron had one of the greatest meltdowns I've ever seen in the history of an NBA fight. He just completely fell apart. I don't know what the coach is supposed to do there. You've got a guy that's the best player on the planet at the time. And he just mentally, LeBron collapsed. He admitted it. And then in the fourth one, the guy that's number 2 ahead of him on the list beat him badly with, 3 Hall of Famers. So
So are we all comfortable with Steve Kerr at number 1, Greg Popovich number 2, Eric Spoelstra at number 3 of the best coaches in the NBA right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So who's going to be number 4? I'm not even looking at Mike Malone yet. I'll be honest.
No,
I'm thinking maybe
he deserves to be on the list, but yeah, I'm waffling right now between Nurse or
Ty Lue. Right. Me too. So let's let Randy decide this one. Randy, you get to decide between Nick Nurse and Ty Lue. Similar records. They both have one NBA title. I mean, Ty Lue, he did have a minute with LeBron James. Nick Nurse didn't.
But Nick Nurse had Kawhi. And he had healthy Kawhi too. Like this was before Kawhi's knee caused him to miss literally every other game. Kawhi played that entire playoffs, and the one time you gave Nick Nurse a superstar because he only had Kawhi for 1 year, he won a title, and he won a title against the Golden State Warriors.
I think Keon's trying to talk you into Nick Nurse.
Well, I mean, I'm a Nick Nurse guy. I mean, Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue is a great coach, but I don't think he's better than Nick Nurse. Give me Nick Nurse.
All right. I would have had Ty Lue up higher, but I feel like maybe he needs to get outside more. He's very pale. I'm serious. He always looks like somebody needs to just take him for a walk or get him in a tanning bed or something. He just
Ty Lue?
Yes. He just looks like he needs to go outside. I'm not saying he looks sickly, but I'm just saying he needs to go fishing, Ty. I don't know. Go outside.
Take some time off, man.
Something. So does that mean we're putting Ty Lue at number 5 on our list? Our daily blender list of the best coaches in the NBA right now?
Yeah. Okay. I think that Ty Lue again had that he gets thrown into the job with LeBron and everybody thought, he's just getting hired because he's LeBron's guy. But he legitimately made a lot of great moves. And then, they were down 3-1 to the Warriors in the finals. A lot of Ty Lue's adjustments were why they were able to come back and win that series. I mean, some amazing performances from LeBron and Kyrie, to be sure, but he made some adjustments so that when they were down in the series where it looked like they were dead, they came back and won it.
So now next up at number 6, are we looking at Malone or Budenholzer, or do you have somebody else in mind?
I think that's a good spot for Malone. Because he has been consistently a great coach, and he hasn't had, Jamal Murray for like a handful of years. It's just been a couple of years since you had a healthy Jamal Murray, and once he's got him right to an NBA Finals and on the verge of potentially winning it.
Respectfully, and I'm just throwing this in there.
Throw it in there.
What are we doing with Mike Brown?
Mike Brown is still over here on the side, and we can sort that out when we come back.
I mean.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break, Randy. And you can make a case for Mike Brown, say at number 7 if you want, or maybe we'll have some other ideas. We are trying to figure out the Daily Blender list of the best coaches in the NBA right now. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug. Get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there.
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously. Liberty. Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
This is fire.
actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
New schedule, new season, new direction. This year, the Cardinals will travel over 25,000 miles. They will do battle against Bears, Browns, Texans, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Eagles, Steelers, and Commanders on the road. They will face the Bengals, Cowboys, Giants, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, and Ravens at home. Think there won't be drama? When it comes to Arizona Cardinals football, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We're not even done coming up with our list, and people are already criticizing it.
I'm sure.
I mean, I think we just did a way better top 6 than Complex did, wouldn't you say? I mean, come on. But Big George says no list is complete without mentioning Doc Rivers.
Really?
Right now. Right now. Like if every coach was a free agent coach, just all got released from their teams, and it was a mad scramble to see which coach you would get. Look, any of the 10 guys you're looking for, Doc Rivers?
We'll put a pin in that, Jim. Lost Toby says Mike Brown needs to be higher. He's a huge reason the Warriors were a top defensive team.
I agree. Complex had him at 10, and that's ridiculous. And also, he's a huge reason why the Warriors were a great defensive team. He just coached the Kings to a playoff spot, which hasn't happened since 2006. And in 2006, Mike Brown coached the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Eastern Conference Finals and to the NBA Finals. They lost to the Spurs in 4. They had young LeBron James and then a bunch of dudes you never heard of.
So we hitting him at 7, or you got somebody else in mind?
Well, we got to go Mike Brown at 7 because guess why?
Well, Monty Williams, though.
He's a Mesa Community College alum.
What?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
You're damn right. And he's won the NBA Coach of the Year. He's won the NBCA Coach of the Year. He's been in, I don't know how many times he's been on a team where he's been in the background coaching teams. We talked about the Warriors. We talked about LeBron and the Cavaliers.
Slow down, though, Randy.
Look what he did with the Sacramento Kings this year.
Yeah, you got them to their first playoff appearance since 2006.
And there you go.
Nothing else.
Come on.
No farther. No more.
Well, that's a really young team. I don't think that's necessarily fair to say. Like, nobody saw the Kings even being in the playoffs this year. So to even get there, that's huge. And he did it with the team of guys that they didn't know what they were doing in the playoffs, or and who did they run into? They ran into the Warriors. Steph Curry bombed them out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
I think for a first time in the playoffs, they represented themselves well. They played incredible defense, and they've got something to build on.
Monty has brought the team to the finals and posted the NBA's best record, in recent memory back in 22. And, he did a great job. It just, we knew what his shortcomings were. Are the shortcomings that got Monty Williams fired and then paid at Detroit enough to take him off the top 10?
No, I think Monty should be between 7 and 10.
Well, we're on 7 now. So is
So
Mike Brown 7 or is Monty 7?
I think, I don't know. I mean, Mike Brown as an assistant and as a head coach, I feel like his resume is better. But listen, who am I?
mean,
Put Monty in 7. I don't care.
What do you say, Kim?
I would say Mike Brown because Mike Brown's been to an NBA Finals too, and he went to an NBA Finals with a team that had LeBron James, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden,
assistant?
Daniel Gibson, and Shannon Brown as starters. And no, he was the head coach.
Mike Brown was?
Yes.
When was this?
2006.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That team had nobody on it. And they went to the finals.
Yeah.
And I understand LeBron was incredible that year, but LeBron wasn't even the shooter he was going to be. He wasn't even close to being the LeBron we know now. I think that Mike Brown has a very strong case of being much higher than he was placed by Complex on this list.
Well, I feel like then if we're at number 8, you're looking at Monty Williams or Budenholzer, right? Or no? What do you got? Who do you think should be?
It's kind of hard to put the guy that beat Monty behind Monty.
Yeah, there's that.
That's the problem that I'm having. Is like if you asked me who would I want as a head coach between the two of them right this instant, I would say Monty. But how do I rank the guy that beat Monty behind Monty?
There's that.
I got to go Bud there. I got to go Budenholzer right there.
I love Monty, but you're right. All right, so Budenholzer will be number 8. Monty number 9, or are you eyeballing Taylor Jenkins or Quinn Snyder?
Monty number 9.
You go, all right.
And I like those guys. I think that Quinn Snyder probably rounds out my my 10 there because I think he's taken some time off, and I think people forgot how good he was when he was coaching in Utah. But boy,
you good with that, Randy?
Yes.
All right, so here is the list for the Daily Blender. We have all agreed to this. The best coaches in the NBA right now. And number 10, Quinn Snyder from the Atlanta Hawks. Number 9, Monty Williams, formerly of the Suns, now with the Detroit Pistons. Number 8, Mike Budenholzer, currently unemployed, or did he get hired somewhere?
Still very much unemployed.
Oh. I feel like the best coach right now should be employed.
Should have a job.
I think he needs to drop off this list until he's a coach.
But how do I drop him off the list when one of the guys on the list, he in a head-to-head matchup in the finals?
Because he's not a coach right now. It's the best coaches in the NBA right now. He is not a coach in the NBA right now.
I am making an assumption that he'll be there next year, but sure, if we drop, we can drop him off the list by
it's dangerous. By the dangerous list.
By the criteria. I mean, I just feel weird.
All right, Randy, you go ahead and decide. I'm against it. He's for it. Do you give Budenholzer the pass, even though he's not a coach right now?
I think you give him a pass. Come on, he's just
I find it hard
recently released.
Yeah, I just find it hard to believe he's not going to have a job by the time season comes back around.
Budenholzer is 8. All right, so number 7, Mike Brown from the Sacramento Kings. Number 6, Mike Malone from the Denver Nuggets. I do like him. I do think he's a great coach, but yeah, I think Complex had him up there in that list too high. Number 5, Ty Lue from the Los Angeles Clippers. Number 4, Nick Nurse, now with the Philadelphia 76ers. And let's see, Eric Spoelstra from the Miami Heat is number 3. Greg Popovich, the old man in the sea for the San Antonio Spurs, is number 2. And of course, Steve Kerr from the Golden State Warriors gets to be numero uno, best NBA coach right now. I'll say it. Look, you think it would have been so hard for Complex to get some guys in a room talking about this?
I mean,
if we could do it, why couldn't they do it?
I have no idea. I'm trying to see right now.
Who wrote it?
Who wrote it?
I forgot to check that.
It looks like a guy named Zion Olojede.
Zion Williamson.
And Cameron Hay. So
there was two
people wrote this.
It took 2 people to fail that mighty.
2 people wrote this. It's a bad list.
Here's what it is. One of them wrote the thing. The other one was afraid to say anything. It must have been an underling, if you know what I mean. You know? By the way, oh my God, this thing was Zion Williamson. This is just getting silly now. So Zion Williamson he had a gender reveal with his girlfriend, right? And then some other woman named Mariah Mills starts posting up there. Oh, you're cheating on me with her? Oh, well, I better not have any STDs. And boy, you better be hoping I'm not pregnant because I'm late right now. And she's just going crazy on Twitter and just calling him out and saying nasty, nasty stuff. And then all of a sudden, she posts, I'm being harassed now, Zion Williamson. And she says, I didn't threaten anyone. If it happens to me in Atlanta before December, it's getting out of hand. You need to call your people off. I guess she's getting threats. She's getting threats, and possibly from the baby mama's family.
Oh,
she
boy.
says, if anything happens to me, it's on you, Zion, because you have this girl's family threatening me.
Oh, boy.
I promise that Zion is not orchestrating any of that.
No,
he wants this to go away.
He's a big dope
as quickly as humanly possible, and it is not working out for him.
Hey, listen, Mariah, when you open the gate, and you let out the crazy.
Yeah,
you can't be upset with what comes next. How can you go and scream at the top of your lungs at Zion Williamson? And it's kind of like what it says, well, I have a First Amendment right to say whatever I want. Well, yes, sure. But you also have to understand that they've got a right to oppose that or punch you in the face. There's always a chance that can happen. And Mariah Mills thinks she can just fire blast whatever she wants to out into the universe and nothing bad might come back towards her.
Mm.
How dumb is this girl?
I just think that there was definitely a way that she could have gone about this, but the
Not
thing
publicly.
is not publicly and not embarrassing him. Like that's the thing is she is exposing him for being a cheater and all this other stuff, but she's also embarrassing herself. Like if you knew he was in a relationship and you thought that was bad, then you shouldn't have been involved. Also, I don't know. It's the whole thing's just gotten incredibly messy and out of control, and I've been trying to avoid it, and I can't. It's everywhere.
Yeah, but let me just help you here. She's crazy. I'm not saying that he didn't do her wrong. I don't know. It's none of my business. But oh my God, she's crazy. This is crazy. I've dated this kind of crazy before. You know what I'm saying? I know this kind of crazy when I see this kind of crazy. You never go into it thinking you're dating that kind of crazy. But since I am not a guy who goes around cheating on people, that kind of crazy never came at me like this. That kind of crazy did not knock on my door. Zion, you done messed up, my friend. You have made a horrible mistake. Horrible mistake. What do they say? They got a ship in every port, or what do they say? Or a gal at every whatever. Something in zip codes. All I know is you picked the wrong one, and now you're just going to have to suffer the consequences. Zion is suffering consequences, and Mariah now suffering consequences. Everybody gets to suffer consequences.
Well. If it isn't the consequences of my very own actions.
Zion Williamson career stats. I love this because this is hilarious.
Oh no.
Okay.
Career 2019 to 2022. Minutes 32, points 25.8, and he shot 60.5% field goals. I mean,
all averages, or that his entire year?
That's his
entire
NBA career.
He played a full 32 minutes, and he's
got this kind of drama going on in his personal life.
I feel like he's played more than 32 minutes. I have seen him play multiple NBA games.
I just looked it up.
That doesn't seem right.
He got hurt. I don't know. Big George says that woman the woman that Zion knocked up is crazy. No. It's not the woman he knocked up. It's the woman who found out he knocked up another woman. So no, this is not the baby mama. The baby mama is the one whose family is threatening the crazy one. Try to keep up, George.
Zion's played 114 games in his career. There's no
114 games, but from
that year,
2019 to 2022, he played 32 minutes total.
You sure that's not average?
I'm looking at it. Career 114 games, 32 minutes total, points 25.8. That is his career stats.
He played 24 games.
Yeah,
2020 he played 61. In 2021 he did not play, and then last year he played 29.
Randy, where are you getting these numbers, man?
Zion Williamson, American basketball player.
Is there an ABG next to that?
It has his stats right here.
Is that Wikipedia?
114 games, 32 minutes played.
That has to be a joke
That's
site
average.
because you can't play.
Oh, that must be a joke.
That has
site,
to be
yeah.
a joke because I mean,
Send me a link. I want to see
114 games.
Okay.
I've watched him play, and I swear to God,
basketballreference.com.
in the last year, I've watched him play more than 32 minutes.
25.8 points, 7 rebounds, 3.6 assists. This is basketballreference.com.
Send me a link through the text line, would you? Lost Toby says, or an email. Lost Toby says, I want the top 10 current worst head coaches. Number 1, your mom. All right, Cardinal Ark says, Zion is hitting everything except for the basketball court. Beer me, Randy. Explain for me, Keon, on the hitting part. If you know, you know. No, I think, yeah, he knows. CK says, Randy, buddy, that is 32 minutes. That is his average per game.
Because he played 29 this year. Unless he somehow
He's
played
talking-
a minute and a half.
Look at this year. Look at 19. Are you sure 19? He didn't maybe.
No, 19. He played 24 games.
Hefty Lefty says Complex does not have the best sports division of their company. They're better for music news, sneaker stuff. They also own the company that does Hot Ones on YouTube. You know, the wings thing, or are you talking about something else? Moist One says, I think Spoelstra is the best coach right now. NFL Blitzer says, where's Doc Rivers? Sitting at home, I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
did he get hired?
No.
I felt like he didn't get hired yet. No. I thought he got hired. So Budenholzer and Doc Rivers are just sitting around.
They're just sitting around. I think the way that those two lost in particular was a different kind of bad, and just it doesn't. You can't go into the interview and I don't know how you offer an explanation for what Bud did. Like Jimmy Butler was on fire, and he's been on fire this entire playoffs, but Budenholzer didn't try to double team him a single time, didn't change up his defense to try to slow him down. Just try. He didn't do that.
Beer Bob says, I don't know how you could do a top 10 list of active NBA coaches when there's only 2 coaches actively coaching right now. No, I didn't say actively. I said actively in the NBA.
Actively
right
employed by teams in the NBA.
Still getting paychecks. You know what I'm saying? And don't hit me with that. Well, what about the guaranteed money? Shut up. Bruno Baller says, did Randy just say Mike Brown went to Mesa Community College?
Yeah. It's on his bio.
Is that on the same site? You were just looking at the Zion Williams numbers? Just
no, Randy was looking at the basketball reference. I agree with the texter. I think that was an average. I don't know if that was his
might have been an average.
His total minutes.
Blissful Hayes says it was more of Booker's choking in big games than Monty's coaching ability. Well, I know Blissful Hayes. You're just going to hate and say those dumb things. I don't think Booker ever choked, but we do know that Monty did not make adjustments very quickly. That's all. Killer Rabbit says, don't ever question Randy. Hey, Randy, beer me. You're just saying that. You're just pandering to him, Killer Rabbit, to get a beer. I respect that.
No, I mean, it is working.
No,
it's a successful move.
I mean, he doesn't have to pander, but I'll give him the beer.
I can't even be upset about that. So I feel like we did a pretty good thing here. I'm going to post this on the socials, and I'm even going to tag Complex with a big middle finger. How do you make the middle finger emoji?
I think it's in the emoji.
I think you just have to search it, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not a thing where I hit alts, F and U or something.
No,
because I don't know how to.
I don't know what happens if you hit those 3. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Alt F U. Oh, no, the new tab thing came up on my browser. I didn't do anything. Oh, well. All right. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, I see no reason we can't talk a lot of football because there's a lot of football to talk about. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
O'Reilly. Win the battle against rust and corrosion with PB Blaster at O'Reilly Auto Parts. PB Blaster quickly busts loose rusted, corroded, or frozen parts. PB Blaster is great for everything from bolts to frozen locks. Right now, pick up an 11-ounce bottle of PB Blaster for just $6.99, plus get 2 times O rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You've heard the old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. At no time is that more true than when it comes to your investments. Do you have a plan?
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. If you're still in the hold and hope mode, it may be time for you to consider a plan for your financial future. Investors are becoming traders, and unless you can successfully move in and out of these markets, your investments could take a beating or you could miss out on a great opportunity. At Compact, it's all about the plan. I start by meeting with you to discuss your goals. Then we make a plan that fits your lifestyle. But when things change, we revise the plan so it's always customized to fit your current needs. Call me for a free consultation at 1-800-388-9700 and let's work together on your financial plan. Call 1-800-388-9700. That's 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift.
Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos.
Wow, your dad is one lucky guy.
What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going?
Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud.
See store or Kohl's.com for details.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug. Get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
over there
are statistically,
it's still alive.
Unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hello, and thanks for listening. We strive to bring you the best programming available, and we have some exciting new shows coming for you later, like how Devin Booker beat the Kardashian curse, curling, that sport that takes big stones, and the musical hit Sing Along with LeBron.
Be listening for them.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Boogie is on the text line, says, Mesa Community College is a hotbed for NBA coaches.
Well, yeah. I mean, Mike Brown went there.
I'm guessing that was pretty much where that list is. He's number one on the list of coaches that came from or even walked near Mesa Community College. 0% other coaches.
See, there was Mike Brown and then
Mike Brown.
Yeah. Sure, there was somebody else. I'm sure there was several. We're just not recalling right now. Yeah,
several.
Oh,
Zero.
at least two.
Nil.
Oh, there was at least one.
Zip.
There was one. Mike Brown went there. Mike Brown went there.
Other than
yeah.
Bupkis.
No, Dick Butkus did not go there. He was it was somewhere in Illinois.
I said Bupkis.
Oh, I thought you said Butkus.
Or I also did not say butt kiss. Okay.
You said Dick Butkus.
By the way, I was writing in an email. Butt cheeks is a word. Is that one word, or do you need to spread them apart?
Yeah.
Is it butt cheeks or butt cheeks?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to write an email over here.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to write an email. Hefty Lefty says, it's almost like Budenholzer was shell-shocked this year. He reminded me of the coach from The Water Boy.
Huh?
I don't even know what I'm doing out here. CK says, Weather Hefe. Let's get a weekend weather report there, please.
Well, from the 1580 The Fanatic Harmon Solar Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Weather Hefe coming at you live and direct. It'll be hot this weekend, but not too hot. Cooling off by Monday, around to the upper 80s. But God, after that, I mean, dear God, the convection oven out there. So currently under, mostly sunny skies. The temperature in downtown Phoenix is 96 degrees. There is an air quality alert in effect.
What?
Yeah, air quality alert in effect.
Goddamn Canadians have gotten to us.
Well, I'm just trying to get from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, chief meteorologist, Weather Hefe. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
There's some bull crap, Canada. Right now, just an update. Bottom of the fifth, the Diamondbacks are up 2-1 over the Detroit Tigers, and the Dodgers are up 1-0 over the Phillies in the top of the third. So, go Phillies. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that's appropriate for the Dodgers. Hefty Lefty says, speaking of spreading cheeks, he sent me some. Okay, with some very inappropriate jack-o'-lanterns. A little early for jack-o'-lanterns there, Hefty.
It's around your birthday, isn't it?
Yeah. But it seems like a million miles away, doesn't it? I can't even think about trick-or-treating right now. No, it's hot. Ugh. God.
Well, it's kind of hot in October here.
I got to be honest, I've never seen a pumpkin with a thong on, but thanks for that, Hefty. Baker Cocky Hen says, hey, don't forget Brown went to MCC. We already said that. What are you talking about? Baker's Cocky Hens. Randy said Mike Brown went to MCC.
Look, I broke the news first. Okay.
He says also, in case you all forgot, Matt Stafford and his wife once donated $1 million to a school in Detroit. I feel like that's a callback to something that happened on this show.
I
feel like I don't remember.
This
what
is
it
an important piece of information that would make that very funny, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Boogie used to when the whole Matt Stafford thing. Before they left, they donated $1 million to a Detroit school for underprivileged kids, I believe.
Yes. I just don't understand what the joke was.
Well, we just kept mentioning it over and over again.
Gotcha. So it wasn't funny then. Okay. 888-368-1580. Hey, Keon, before we get to the NFL stuff, I got a college thing for you. And this is interesting. The College Football Players Association is urging college players to refuse the offer from EA Sports for their name and likeness. And they're saying all current players should boycott the deal to be put into, the video game. He says, because they ain't getting crap. They're not getting paid for this hardly at all. He says, if the NFL players, even the lowest level get about 17,000, some players maybe 28,000. And so some of these college guys, they're getting like $500. Now, could it be the College Football Players Association not happy about how little money they might get out of it?
I mean, yeah. And when it comes to having, just players generally represented, I mean, $500 isn't anything. I will say, to be fair to EA Sports, which is not a sentence I think I'd ever said in my life, but there's way more college players to pay than NFL players. There are 32 NFL teams. There are, 110,
the entire pool of money they have for the college players is $5 million for all the college players.
That's the whole pool?
That's the entirety of the pool. EA Sports has hired one team partners to go out and make the deals, and $5 million.
They'll make that in the first day of sales.
Yeah, I mean the game's going to be a smash success. I think the players should try to bargain for a percentage, as opposed to, what just a
I
flat,
would agree with that. Yeah,
you get what you get. And then if the game is amazing and EA Sports is raking in cash and you're just stuck with whatever it is that you have,
there should be percentages, man.
Yeah.
I think they should get percentages of sales, not just a flat fee.
Yep. Did say that. I think that's what they should try and get done. And I think that's probably what they're gunning for.
But since it's flat fee for NFL, okay, I'll probably flat fee for college football. So let's say here's what I read from Justin Falcinell, the guy who's the vice president of the CFBPA. He says talk to some NFL players and
17,000 was a number that popped up quite a bit. And then a current NFL player said, no, I got one for 28,000 this year. So let's just say 25,000. Let's just say that's the number for an NFL player, 25,000 average. Maybe the big guys get more, the nobodies get less, right? How much compared to that should a college player get? Because they shouldn't get as much as an NFL player.
Why not?
Because
if the game is selling just as well, because it's about the game. It's not about.
Well, we already said it can't be percentages. So if we do it on the same basis, I don't feel like that. Everybody, and you said yourself, there's way more. I'm talking the underlings, the non-stars. Yeah, there's so many more of them, and NFL's here, college is here. So what should you pay a player if they're getting $25,000 a year? Here's your check for being in the game. How much should the college player get?
I mean, that's tough to say because it's just about the sheer quantity of people.
I'll say 15,000.
15,000?
$10,000 less, but still 15,000. That's a nice chunk of change to help you through your life in college. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's a damn sight better than 500.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot better than 500. But I think the player should be able to negotiate for more than that, just because the whole reason this game is coming back is because you can use a player now. You can have the player look kind of like you. You can have the player move like you, play like you, where they weren't able to do that. The whole reason why they had to stop was because they weren't paying at all for it. Like, this has incredible value. I think the player should be looking for it from the value that they actually hold in this situation.
Okay, but then there is a value to the player, meaning what? You sit there and you're like, hey, I'm going to play this. What are they calling it? It's not. What was it? College game? College 2K or whatever. What are they
just NCAA football.
Oh, whatever. And I'm going to sit down and play that. Now, millions of people are going to sit down and play that. You are in that game. What is that doing for you as a college player? It's promoting you. You know what I'm saying? It helps promote you.
Sort of.
It's getting your name out there. And I don't know. I think there is a benefit as well to the college players, for being in that.
I think that your name and image and likeness, that's what you're giving them, and they're cashing in on it. You want your cut.
Yeah, you're getting a little something back. You're getting a little something back.
But you don't. It's not about a little something. EA Sports.
Don't pay them, Keon.
No, I'm not saying that's what you're saying. But here I'm saying is they're going to make billions on this game. You're getting a little something back, and what they're going to take ain't a little something.
I've done voiceovers for video games in the past, and I made a nice chunk of money doing it. Was happy to have the check. But if they said to me, hey, this character you play here, if we make this look exactly like you and give them your name, can we get you to discount? Hell yes, you can.
Yeah, the thing is,
yes, you can.
The thing is, if you're in a game and you're one of tens of thousands, like you're not. I think you get to try and squeeze for as much as you can get out of them.
10 years ago, and this is according to businessofcollegesports.com, in case you want to know, it was updated May 17th, 2023. According to businessofcollegesports.com, 10 years ago, NCAA football paid out, and here's the following of just a few examples. Louisville, NCAA football, Louisville, the school got $85,845.
So they gave the money directly to school, not the players.
Wisconsin got $143,076.
All right. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Randy. They can pay these kids more.
Right, because that money was going to the schools because we're using your logo, we're using all this other stuff. Well, if you're going to use my face and my name, and keep in mind, this is why the union is saying hold out, because if we all hold out, they have nothing to sell.
Right. But there's no game. What Randy said, it also now lowers my number from 15,000 to say 5,000 for some younger kids or underlings, and then 10,000 for some more starish.
Who's going to pick up this? Keon, let me ask you. You're going to pick up this game. You're going to put it into your game console. You're going to sit down and you're going to play this game. Now, let's say you're going to play University of Texas. Now, Are you going to go onto the roster and pick the third and fourth string guys on the Texas Longhorns to play?
That's a good point.
Or are you going to pick the guys that are like the first two, and if they get injured, then you bring the threes in? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the first two, maybe the first three should get a cut. And these underlings that are on the team that are not ever going to see the damn field, maybe should get like a static figure of, okay, $5,000. You go off to practice. Nobody ever uses your likeness on this video game, and you're getting $5,000. Meanwhile, the studs that are out there playing, now they're getting paid a more handsome NIL chunk.
I'm sure you can make the scale slide a little bit even lower if you have to. But the point is, the players that matter should be getting paid, not as much as the NFL guys, but up there.
Yeah.
And then you can start to figure out your discounts.
I mean, if this game makes as much as Madden,
yeah,
I struggle to to figure out like why you should sit there and go, well, why less?
Well, then in that case, you should work out a percentage deal.
Yeah, I think that's the best option because
everybody gets a 0.0001%, which turns into a substantial amount of money when they make billions, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, we got to take a break. We'll catch up on the text line on the other side, and we'll move on to the NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift.
Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos.
Wow, your dad is one lucky guy.
What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going?
Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud.
See store or Kohl's.com for details.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift.
Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos.
Wow, your dad is one lucky guy.
What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going?
Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud.
See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour
sit down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Sunflower Seed eating Randy White. And in the control room there, orange sweatshirt frequently wearing Keon Rose. I didn't know what you were eating, so I said to say something. That is orange, right? You're wearing orange?
That is orange, yeah.
You wear a lot of orange.
Well,
it's like your color. It's like blue is mine. Yeah. I would never look good in orange. I own nothing orange.
Thank you, Randy.
Oh, that's why too. Texas, gotcha.
This isn't a
Devo
Texas sweatshirt, but still.
It says Jurassic Park on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've been to Jurassic Park?
I have not. No, that seems like a horrible idea, but I do like the movies.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? All right, and we're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Pick up the old phone. Is that people pick up phones anymore? Not if you're driving.
Yeah, no, you pick your phone up. Yeah.
The text line 888-368-1580. Always text responsibly. We're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and still have some text there about the name and likeness stuff. They're saying the Players Association for college is saying, hey, say no to the $500 they're offering you because y'all should get more. And like, all right, then sounds good. Like a year ago, y'all thought we should get nothing, but now you think we should get more. Thumbs up. Let's go. Hefty Lefty says, I think it's a different benefit for your case, Jeffrey. Your likeness being in the game would help you get your name out for your primary profession of comedy. These football guys aren't going to gain any recognition by NFL scouts being in the game, so it doesn't increase their value in their possible future profession. That's the difference in circumstances I see. Well, I would kind of disagree. Maybe not in scouts, but just getting your name out there, becoming more well known as a name. First off, there's no video game for stand-up comedians. It's just called Go on the Road. So
I just don't see how that helps them. Like if you're a third string guy and your name is in this game, like Randy said, no one's choosing to play you.
No.
Like if you play the game, like you play the dynasty mode or whatever, and your first 2 quarterbacks go down, yeah, okay, someone's playing that guy, but that doesn't help him.
It could also be depressing if you go to play the game and you're like 5th string and you're like, crap. You're like, how is my rating 3? I only have a 3. Because like somebody's 92 and I'm 3. Oh man, I can't even play as me. I'm gonna get killed out there.
You might just get mad. That's just
you get depressed. Big George says, why is Keon yelling? Keon yells like that sometimes when he gets very excited about something and then has no concern whether it hurts Randy's feelings or my feelings.
I wasn't hurting feelings. I'm
pretty sure that's true.
I didn't yell at anybody.
Felt like we were getting yelled at there.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, you guys know that this likeness thing started years ago with Ed O'Bannon, UCLA basketball. They're using his image on game covers. Okay. Well, we know the history of Boomer Sooner. And now that those days are past, so of course, in typical corporate fashion, they're going to try to pay you as little as they can to get what they want.
My point is this: the games are paying the schools an enormous amount of money.
I don't think are they still doing that now?
I don't know. Okay, this was 10
for
years
the
ago.
team logos.
But they were paying an enormous amount of money to the schools to use the team logos and likeness. So why shouldn't the players get a comparable cut? I mean, these schools make millions of dollars off of these kids, playing football for them.
It could be a thing where the union steps in and says, guys, we're going to help you do better. They're just, I don't know, is there a vote or something where they put it in the hands of the players union and the players union goes in and negotiates on their behalf for all or nothing?
See, I'm with Keon on this. I think the players get together and they decide they want to take a percentage.
Well, if they do that, they need somebody to represent them, which would be the union.
Yeah.
And don't they already have that in place?
Yeah, and the union would. The union represents the players now. So because they weren't allowed to unionize previously. So
there has to be a vote where the EA Sports is forced to deal with the union, and where it says they can't go around the union, and go to people directly. That will, that's also ripe with corruption as far as it goes. But I think that the union itself, with everybody behind them, have a better chance of negotiating something better, at least in this case.
If I'm Caleb Williams and I'm starting quarterback of the USC Trojans, I should be making more of a cut because I'm going to be starting every game than, let's say, Ike Smith or whatever, who's the fourth string quarterback.
And I'm sure that they can sort that out too. There needs to be some meetings and there needs to be some discussions, and I'm sure they could find a good way of doing it. Now, the pendulum swings is something that always comes to my mind when I think about unions involved with anything. Starts out big bad Mr. Corporation doing the little guy wrong. Little guy gets together in unions, and then the power structure starts to swing too far in the direction of the little guy, crippling the corporation. So there has to be some sort of happy medium, but generally that's what happens. Is look at where we're at with the umpires union, with the referees unions. They should not be as powerful as they are. These guys should be held accountable for doing bad jobs night after night after night. And yet it seems like there's no accountability for umpires or NBA refs or NFL. I mean, I feel like NFL refs might be under a little more scrutiny than those other guys. But still, what I'm trying to say here is, union pendulum can swing too far into the wrong direction. But this is one moment where the power is all in EA Sports' hands, and you might, to make sure everybody, gets a fair cut here, you might need to bring them in.
Yeah, and I don't think that EA should make the mistake twice that they made the first time, which is that they were just making money and not paying any of these dudes. And relative to what they're going to make again, $500 a player doesn't seem like that much more than $0 a player.
Too little
when you look at the money that they're about to rake in. And it's going to be a lot because people have been waiting for this game to come back.
I don't know what the right formula is, but I think everybody needs to kind of come together and agree on a number for that. So Pro Dog says, hey, thanks for the Mariners update earlier on in the show. One stat that's contributed to the poor start for the Mariners: 3 out of the top 5 hitters with the most strikeouts are on the Mariners.
Oh,
again, it's a matter of underperformance. This team is underperforming. I mean, and also their shortstop, I forget his name right now, but he's been kind of dinged up. I think he's injured now, and they're paying him an enormous amount of money, and that's a bat out of the lineup you can ill afford to have. The Mariners have had some tough luck, but overall, I think this team is just underperforming.
If I understand the stat correctly, it's 3 of the top hitters who have been struck out are Mariners, and that is
3 of the top strikeout leaders is on the Mariners.
Yeah, which is so you just got a lot of guys just not hitting anything.
I have an update. Diamondbacks are now tied with the Detroit Tigers 2-2.
Damn it.
Not good. Into the 6th inning there. At the top of the 4th inning, the Dodgers tied with the Phillies. Go Phillies. I feel like we're in it's weird how they're just the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just weird. Mm-hmm. All right, back to what we were talking about. Boogie says, Big George always gets his feelings hurt when Keon yells. Yeah. No, he's very sensitive. He is very sensitive. Big George says, Randy, Mike Smith is a great offensive line man. What?
No, I said Ike, not Mike.
He says, by the way, Ken Digger Phelps went to MCC along with Shea Hillebrand in basketball. Current head men's basketball coach at St. Mary's College is Randy Bennett there in California. Okay, George, you just went and Wikipedia notable people from MCC, and really you failed. It's Mike Brown. No one else matters. Can we just all agree to that?
I agree with that. I
need a gavel. All in favor, say aye, aye, clunk. All right. Motion carried. Yeah. Point of order? I don't know. What am I doing? Let's talk NFL now. Randy, this was very interesting. Look behind the curtain.
I saw this story. It says that during draft night, the Cardinals were like, hey, we'll work some stuff here for the 2023 draft. Don't you touch, don't you think, don't even look at our 24 picks. Really? Why would they do that? When they're bobbing and weaving and dealing and wheeling and all these things. And then they say, yeah. But don't you touch our 2024 picks.
Interesting. I don't know why that would be.
Thank you. You've just made my point. Thank you very much.
It's just like there's only one reason why you would not want the 2024 picks. It's that
Caleb Williams,
the draft with the better quarterbacks in it.
Yeah. Awesome Fart traded from number 3 to 12, got the Texans first round and third round pick. Now, the one that's important is the Texans first round pick. Okay. So even if the Cardinals screw around and win a game, Texans are going to be worse or probably the same bad. Now you've got their first round pick, which means you're even in better shape to get Caleb Williams and other great players in that round. It was a master stroke by Awesome Fart, but only if you're tanking. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is to find this information out, that teams that were trying to make deals with the Cardinals always heard this back. No. We won't do a 24 one. No. He was on the phone with another GM saying, no, we won't do that. No, nothing in 24. No, 25, 23.
Yeah. It's
2016. We can figure it out. But no to 24.
I don't blame him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, your value is in your ability to make picks and rebuild. And if you think that you might have 2 high first rounders next year, guess what? We're not trading that. We can get some really good players and specifically a quarterback.
Well, it's about time. All I have to say, it's about time we have a GM that thinks with his brain instead of a rum and Coke in his hand.
Yeah, no, you're right, because Awesome Fart was very sober when then he moved up to number 6 in a trade with the Lions, but he only gave up 2023 picks for it. 2024 is in the bag. The Arizona Cardinals will be great again, Randy.
Well, we can
Unless the Colts can just get really, really worse and steal Caleb Williams from
you. Already have your quarterback. Leave my
I don't know.
Alone.
Maybe. I'm gready, man.
Yeah,
I want some wins.
You won't know that he's not your guy by next year, though.
Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
He's a long-term project. You're not going to know.
He's not as long as you think. I think he will be seen pretty quickly in the season.
And if he looks, he was a 54% passer in college. If he looks like that in the NFL, you knew you had to develop that guy in his accuracy. So, like, if you give up on him after a year, man, that's a horrible draft pick. It's a terrible draft.
Giving up on him? How? Shut your mouth! I'm not giving up on him.
I'm saying if you were to start talking about Caleb Williams, you see Anthony Richardson stink for 3 starts and go, I don't know. Like I don't like that.
He can back up Caleb Williams. Come on. I'm greedy.
Can you be greedy for other positions on your team, though?
Hate to tell you this.
Receivers and
nope.
Maybe a
linebacker.
Maybe a linebacker to replace the gambling one.
I think we beat you to Caleb Williams. I'm sorry. I just hate to tell you that, Jeffco.
No.
You got a Cardinals and
anybody,
a Texans
I'm glad
crack
you guys. I'm glad it's you, Red. If it's anybody else, like the Commanders.
I could see.
Yeah.
The Commanders will always never be bad enough to draft an actually good quarterback.
You overestimate. CK says, you guys are delusional. Texans will win 4 to 6 games this season.
Maybe. They got a first-year head coach who he's not proven. And, they've got a good offensive line.
Who's their quarterback?
CJ Stroud. They just drafted him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's real good. But I don't know. CJ Stroud's got to develop too.
That's not the short guy. That's the tall guy, right?
Yeah,
that's the good guy from OSU.
Is that the guy that was flexing in the mirror and stuff?
No, that was Will Levis. He went to the Titans. Yeah. No, CJ Stroud was the guy that went second.
Yeah. So you're not remembering here, CK, is Kyler Murray's not going to play. The Cardinals may not need the Texans pick to get Caleb Williams.
Well, that's true.
The Cardinals might just get them on their own without any help. And then whatever the Texans pick is, there's a wide receiver who's probably over 5'4". You know, that's what the Cardinals need. Anybody taller than 5'4" trying to catch a ball. So I don't think there's any delusion here, CK. Moist One says it is much worse. The Mariners have 4 of the top 5 in the AL for strikeouts. Why do you have to talk about my disappointing Mariners?
It just came up.
Why did it come up? Oh, your GM should be fired. That's what it was.
Yeah, your GM was the one that was talking about how he did a very bad job of being a GM. I've never seen a guy make a case for himself being fired to the media before.
Maybe he's got another job waiting for him. Like, no, he doesn't. Big George said Diamondbacks are now winning just that quickly, 4-2, gentlemen. In the 6th inning, Emmanuel Rivera hit a double, scoring a run, and Jake McCarthy single just scored a run and down with Detroit. Go Diamondbacks. Hooray.
I think what's interesting about the Diamondbacks bullpen being so bad is that right around the innings where you would like your bullpen to be actually good is when they start hitting the ball. So it almost offsets. And at this point in the season, that's good enough.
Saves your bacon right there. Beer Bob says the Texans play in a weak division. They got a good chance of winning that. You shut your mouth, Beer Bob. That's my division. You're probably right. That hurt me a little bit, but then I thought, nah, he's got a point.
Not completely wrong.
Colts have more work to do. Yeah. Still, shut up. So I'm sure you've heard the news. The Vikings have released Dalvin Cook today, and there's a lot of chitter chatter about where he might end up going. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Well, he's from Miami.
He won't be going to the Cardinals.
It's true enough. But he's a Miami native. So, if there's go back to the home team, a desire to go there, play with Tua, Tyreek Hill, a team it's going to be competitive next year. And then you add that to what they have going on and a coach that's really a brilliant coach.
Wait. I know a team in trouble who could use his help. They've been they've been losing some players recently, and the future looks bad for them. What about the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, that's the thing is they just
he just came from the Minnesota Vikings.
I know.
So why would he go back?
Crazy.
You're thinking, Jeff,
because he wants to be paid, and they have clearly decided that they do not want
They're
to.
Not going to pay him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Randy, how familiar are you with Daytona International Speedway?
Pretty familiar. Why? What do you want to know about?
Good venue, good seats, good facility, clean bathrooms. Everything's nice there.
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jaguars are considering using that as their temporary home while they're waiting on their stadium to get fixed up.
Their stadium's going to be remodeled. Yeah. It's certainly big enough.
Certainly
big enough. Oh yeah, certainly
Feels
big
like
enough.
The seats would be way too far. It's like I feel like the infield. I mean, they're going to play it in the infield, right? It seems like there's an awful long distance between where the stands are and where the game would be. Or if you move the field closer to one side so more people can see, people on the other side are like, oh, you got to be crapping me with these seats. I can't see nothing.
I could see it happening. Daytona Raceway is huge. And I think that you could for sure, you could play a football game in there. That's not a problem at all.
It's not a matter if you can, but does it work for the seating?
Like, are there going to be some fans who are so far away that they might as well just be home?
$3 tickets.
Yeah, I think. See, they have a lake in there called Lake Lloyd. That's where they took all the dirt for the high banks. And if you play inside that, I think there's plenty of room for you.
People will drown if they play in the lake.
But there's a huge infield grass section along the front straight there that I believe is big enough for you to put a football field in, no problem. I think you could put a football field, and the stands would be really close there. The only thing is you would be separated by the racetrack. There's plenty of seating there.
All right, but hear me out, though. I mean, one side will have good seats. The other side would end up being kind of far away.
It would be a unique seating situation, but I think it's certainly possible to put a football field in there in that grass infield there. Yeah,
I have a picture of it now. Oh my God. It's so you'd have everybody, it'd be like a high school game where everybody's on one side. Because you couldn't have seats on the there aren't even seats on the other side. There's only seats on one side.
Well, I think they would probably put in some sort of temporary seating on the other side. I could see them doing that. Sure.
You would have to. Now, I'm looking at this picture. It shows the grandstands, and I don't know what the direction is. I'm going to say to the north, at least of the picture. You got a curved grandstand up there.
Yeah.
And if you put the field, you'd have to put the field where it's all concrete, where pit row is. Where
there's that grass section there.
It's too far from the stands, man.
I don't think so. I
do think so. Look how far that is.
If it's only going to be a temporary thing, I think it'll work out.
This is a horrible idea.
First of all, they're just considering this. It's
not out of their
signed,
damn minds.
Well, it's not signed into law yet, and but
it's horrible.
I think
you'd have to take over pit row. That's the only way you could do it.
You'd have to set up temporary stands there or something like that.
some bleachers.
I
just
think
have them all roll out and have the janitor put them up.
Well, I mean, you see what these guys do at the Phoenix Open every year. I mean, they put up these huge stands. I think they could do the same thing along pit row for the Jaguars games. Sure.
I'm sorry. I think this is a horrible idea. You're better off going to a college.
Jacksonville is a trashy enough city that they might love this. What do you mean? I get to sit in pit row and watch the game. Now hold on.
All right, here's what's gonna happen.
They might actually show up.
We're gonna have the game right here, and then we're still gonna have a race going on at the same time. It'll be great. I don't know, man. This is a bad idea if you ask me.
Maybe.
Beer Bob says the hometown Jacksonville Jaguar fans will see more of the game at the Speedway than they would if the Jaguars play a full year in London. Good point. That is a good point.
Well,
Jiggy says, I'm fine if the Colts are bad this year. Let's get a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL already. All right. Harrison Jr. Kyle G says Cook and Hopkins should make themselves a package deal. 2 for 1. Release player special. Yeah. I guess if it gets them more money. Boogie says, don't talk about Cook. You're going to make Donnie cry more. Yeah. It was funny. Boogie put in, stop talking about Cook. And all of a sudden he's like typing, resume. Got kicked out of the text line.
Got to be careful.
He was so adamant. His first resume came with exclamation points, but the system doesn't understand that. So then he had to type resume again, clean. You're back, Boogie. You're back.
Resume.
All right. We got to take a break. When we come back, more NFL fun. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NHL Stanley Cup Finals continuing on Saturday. The Florida Panthers hosting the Vegas Golden Knights in game number 4. Vegas leading the series 2-1, but Florida is coming off a 3-2 overtime victory in game 3 on Thursday night. Florida minus a goal and a half plus 205 on the puck line. Vegas getting a goal and a half minus 255. On the money line, Vegas even money plus 100, while Florida minus 120. The over-under goal total is sitting at 5.5, over minus 122. The under plus 100. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate plus 2 times O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Arizona offers thousands of helpful resources for service members, veterans, and their families. But navigating the system can be confusing and overwhelming. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. Get connected to resources and benefits at no cost. Just call 866-4AZ-VETS now. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted.
Let's go. Practice time.
Summer means mini camps, OTAs, then it's on to preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news when you need to know about the NFL offseason. Remember, if it's the NFL, we talk about it. Your home for NFL news, games, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we're talking football. All right.
Ah, yes, football. If only there was some football on, we could watch right now. I'd be watching football. Just wish there was some professional football being played that was actually watchable. Just something, anything. Professional football.
USFL?
I said professional football, Randy.
They pay those guys.
Yeah, no. Professional, like we would pay to watch it. Football. Nobody's paying for that. Nobody's paying for that. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Big George. He says 5-2 now. Arizona Diamondbacks, top of the 7th inning. Kettle Metal walks, scoring another run with the bases loaded. Hot damn. Look at, oh my God. And since that text is now 9-2 Arizona Diamondbacks. So now it says 5-2. Must have been a glitch. Sorry. Wait, let me hit refresh again. Make sure. Okay, yeah, I guess the bases are still loaded right now. Top of the 7th, 2 outs, and guess who's up the bat? Corbin friggin' Carroll. Oh, I feel good about this. I'm hopeful about this. Now it's going to jinx it. They're going to probably get out of the inning. Whatever. Yep, I think they did. Nope, 9-2. I think he hit it.
He did hit it.
Oh, I was right the first time.
He just crushed it.
And Christian Walker is up the bat with nobody on base now. Oh, poor Detroit.
This is exactly what happened when we were watching when they were playing the Nationals the other day. That was exactly what happened. It was, hey, look, it's tied in the 7th. Oh, that's right. The Diamondbacks are just a fantastic hitting team this season. They can't not hit the ball, apparently.
I stinking love it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's fun.
Corbin Carroll. How about that guy? My God. What an epic game for him. That's 2 home runs in this game, right? At this point, isn't that 2 home runs? Jesus. Yeah. Thank you, George. We watched it happen. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye on the D-backs game for you as we continue on. And so I'm going to ask the first question. Dalvin Cook, maybe Cardinals. Any reason the Cardinals might look at him?
No.
Well, don't be so quick. Maybe.
We're not going to pay Dalvin Cook what he wants.
Well, he was making $10.5 million.
We're not going to pay that.
All right, moving on then.
I mean, he can't help you win something right now. I just don't know why you would.
You would.
So you could not. Well, I don't see why either side would.
Yeah.
The Cardinals don't want to win 5 games and just give the ball to Dalvin Cook all the time, and that's the offense. And then you still don't get a top pick that you could use to get better. And then for Dalvin, I think he would like to play on a team that at least is going to be playing games that matter in December.
Yeah, well, Dalvin Cook is, and so is DeAndre Hopkins on tour right now, visiting places. And, of course, the Jets, are looking at him. They're like, hey, and here's what Robert Saleh said about Dalvin Cook. He says, we'll turn the stones over on that one. Hell does that mean? Never even heard that.
Investigate.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Never heard. Have you heard that?
Turnover.
Yes, I've heard that before. Yeah.
Wow. Where have I been? I've never heard that before. We're going to turn the stones over.
Dig a little deeper.
Well, I get that. Why didn't you say dig a little deeper?
Yeah. He said turn the stones over.
I thought I knew a lot of sayings.
Well,
I guess that one got by me. Do they need Dalvin Cook in Jetsville? They got Breece Hall coming off the torn ACL, and they got a pretty nice running back by committee there. You think the Jets are a possibility, Keon?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be all Broncos?
I mean, the Broncos are obviously going to make a move. You don't hire Sean Payton unless you think that guy's going to turn your team around and fast, fix Russell Wilson, all that. But I mean, the Jets are being very aggressive right now. They think that they've got what it takes to be a contending team. They've got the defense. They think that maybe they've solved that problem at quarterback with Aaron Rodgers, and with Breece Hall coming off of the ACL, you've got another guy there in Dalvin Cook who's going to make that offense absolutely monstrous, and they've got great receivers. I mean, I think New York's going to be aggressive.
So speaking of Sean Payton, now he made a comment that I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, that doesn't come out right. He said, I hope our players take the next step. Last year's steps weren't good enough. Sean Payton was not coach last year. Should he be saying that right now?
He shouldn't be, but
no crap, Sean. That's why you're here. Why would you say that?
But Sean is obsessive, and I just everything you read about the guy, I wouldn't be shocked if he watched everything that they did last year, went back and watched all the tape, watched everything, watched what went wrong, watched what was falling apart, what didn't make any sense. Because he came in with a plan. Oh yeah, I'm showing up. What? Russell Wilson's got all of his trainers in here. Get those guys out of here. They're not NFL staff. He's a very detail-oriented guy. So he looked at them and went, yeah, I know what went wrong with you last year.
It's just a dumb thing to say, though, because you come in and you work the culture. You get rid of the trainers for Captain Cringe there, and you start to do your thing. You don't think about somebody else's thing. But for him to say what he said is kind of irrelevant. You just go after what you're ready to do. You don't need to say, oh, yeah, I hope our players take the next step because last year's steps weren't good enough. Well, no crap, because if they'd been good enough, Sean Payton, you wouldn't be here.
Right. But I do think that for Sean, the idea that you're going to call out the team, this is sort of a way to call out the team without necessarily calling out the team. You're not going to say, hey, these guys sucked last year. They just weren't good enough. They didn't take good enough steps, but they know what that means. They know that's the head coach going, my way is about to be better and you're going to follow it.
So maybe he'll leave no stone unturned.
Because he'll turn over the stones on that.
Well, Tiger Paw says, more usually it said, leave no stone unturned. Well, I've heard that one. I've never heard say, well, we're going to turn over the stones. Does that mean you're going to go and wake up like Mick Jagger and roll him out of bed? I mean, I just never heard that before. CK says, you're going to talk professional football, you say, huh? Colts and Cardinals are far from professional football. They're more USFL-ish. Thanks, CK. We know that. I forget. Who's your team, CK? I always forget that.
I think it's the 40 Whiners.
I see. Yeah. Well, I can't say anything bad about them. They're good. Let's see. Kyle G. Oh, yeah. As long as their quarterback can stay up outside of that, you can't win nothing without a quarterback. Kyle G says Boogie holding his breath for the Lions to get Cook and Hopkins. That's interesting.
I mean,
can they afford it?
I think they actually can. They got a lot of rookies.
Do you think that Hopkins Hopkins probably wouldn't mind catching some amazing passes from Goff. How's the running game in Detroit?
Well, they just drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, so hopefully better.
So they could probably use a little veteran presence.
Yeah. Then you got a 1-2 punch with an experienced guy who's done it before and who's done it at a very high level, and then a young guy who's probably going to be a little bit more durable, so you can take some pressure off of Dalvin Cook. He doesn't have to, you don't have to run him into the ground, and you can let him maybe be healthier longer throughout the season.
I do find that interesting. I actually find that idea, and not that I give a damn about Boogie's team, but the Lions are an interesting place for both of them. Probably not going to happen. The likelihood of that happening is like nil, but still, it is interesting. It is interesting.
Yeah, Lions have like 23 million cap space. They can do a lot.
Is this like obvious dumb things coaches are saying a week or something? Because now I got a story where Robert Saleh is saying, we don't want to be on Hard Knocks. Well, yeah, no crap, man. Nobody wants to be on Hard Knocks.
The only coach I've ever seen that enjoyed being on Hard Knocks was Marvin Lewis, because that guy did it 4 times.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. He says, I know there are several teams that would love Hard Knocks to be in their building. We're not one of them. And I respect that, Robert Saleh, but you don't have to say it. And it's probably going to be your team. So get used to that.
Why would it be his team? Why?
You got
because
Aaron Rodgers, and they're a team that's in range of being,
Yeah, they're one of the teams that qualifies to be compelled. The NFL does. You don't have to say no. The NFL can just make you do it, and that's that. So he's trying to put his case out. Just not us, please. And then hopefully the NFL kind of looks at the other 3 teams that are available.
No, I would almost guarantee you they're only looking at the Jets.
They're the best option.
Aaron Rodgers. Everything you're hearing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers said today, hey, the last 6 weeks have been the most fun I've had in a while. Shailene Woodley just starts weeping. But, he's out there. He's having fun. He's being a leader. They're talking about how he's like teaching and he's very energetic. He's perfect attendance rating at the OTAs. So, yeah, this seems like the thing that if you don't have the cameras rolling already, you're out of your damn mind. Because not only is Aaron Rodgers like a new man, he's also weird as bleep. So you're going to get something good.
And he's weird on a team with a lot of other characters. Like if Aaron Rodgers is going to be weird anywhere near Sauce Gardner, I would love to see that.
Remember he took Sauce Gardner to some game and had to explain to him who Jessica Alba was? Because they were sitting next to Jessica Alba at a game, and
Sauce Gardner's really young. Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers kind of gives me goes, hey, look at that. Jessica Alba. Oh, yeah. Who's that? What? And so then he tells Jessica Alba. And then Jessica Alba is, it's the whole thing. And Sauce Gardner got embarrassed. That could have been on TV. Just saying. I don't care for Aaron Rodgers, but I think the entertainment value is really good if the Jets end up on Hard Knocks.
You guys watch the Hard Knocks?
I do.
Unfortunately, it's been when the Cardinals were on, when the Colts were on.
No,
those are it's weird because I don't get as excited about the in-season ones usually. I mean, I had to watch the Cardinals one because that was too fascinating. But with the one that starts the season, yeah, it kind of gets me a little hyped up for it, and then it kind of gives a storyline to some of those preseason games, and I can at least watch that and have some reason to care. Yeah.
Random texter says D-Hop to KC. You wish. Hefty Lefty says that would be an even more fun team to watch. They'd lose more games, 48-45. You're talking about the Jets, right? Yeah.
Or the Lions. Because the Lions scored lots of points and played almost no defense. I mean, the reason why they missed the playoffs is they started off 0-6 while averaging 35 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
Mm-hmm. What the hell? I guess is this a new texter here? Says no, they've texted before once. He says 5132 says, please make that dry heaving noise for Goff again. That was hilarious and I needed to laugh. Much appreciated. Oh, you mean like Jared Goff? Yeah,
because he's a mouth breather.
Yeah. Number one Rattlers fan says, okay, fellas, the Rattlers are number 2. Okay. Congratulations. He says,
he did say they were going to turn around.
Yeah, okay. He says defense wins championships. Okay. It also helps if you own another team in the league. But whatever, just don't listen to me.
Wow.
Mr. Pink Eye says Hard Knocks should Roger Goodell and see how he likes it.
What the Hard Knocks crew should just follow Roger.
Follow him
Goodell.
around? Oh, I see.
But that's boring.
That dude's winning. Look how much money he makes and
Yeah,
the interference he runs for. It's evil. No, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan. I'm just saying you'd be watching that and be like, I can't even hate this. This is amazing.
Yeah,
it's
it's going to be Roger Goodell going to meetings and then going home to his giant mansion or flying around in the private jet that the NFL gave him. He just gets just a jet.
Yeah, you can't hate the player. You hate the game.
You know. Yeah, just is what it is.
All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we have On This Date in Big Georgia sports history, and I don't know, something else. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate plus 2 times O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Father's Day. Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift.
Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos.
Wow, your dad is one lucky guy.
What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going?
Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud.
See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Phillies are up 4-1 over the Dodgers right now, bottom of the fifth. Hoorah. Way to go, Phillies. Way to go. Diamondbacks 9-3 over the Tigers. And right now, the Diamondbacks have a guy on third. Did they score more runs there?
This whole damn computer thing is so glitchy. No, it's a guy on first. Whatever. Anyway, we'll keep you up to date if anything good happens, but it looks like something good is happening, man.
9-3, man on first. Nobody out.
Liking it. Kiss the Cook text in, says, hey, I was in the crapper. What did I miss? Okay, Kiss the Cook for the last time. If you find yourself in the crapper, you're just going to have to go back and listen to the podcast. We're not going to restart, recap. We're not doing that. We don't have time. It's not fair to the rest of the people listening. Okay?
Yeah.
So just don't ask anymore. Don't ask anymore. Is this good or bad?
Good.
I haven't told you what it is yet.
Oh, sorry.
The Jaguars, yesterday.
Bad.
Can I just tell you what it is?
You said Jaguars. First you asked me if it's good or bad, and then you said Jaguars.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's fair. No, I can't even be mad now. You're right. But let me explain.
All right.
So the Jaguars are supposed to have a OTA on Thursday, and they said, you know what, guys? We've got something good for you. There's probably like a team building exercise kind of thing. We've canceled the OTA, but instead we're playing paintball.
What's the problem with that?
Well, Colts did that once. And I remember Chuck Pagano says, well, we thought it would be some team building, some camaraderie. Instead, I just got a bunch of damn welts. He said, I was praying the whole time nobody would turn an ankle. This was a bad idea.
So, well, could be a bad thing. Someone gets hurt, definitely could be a bad thing.
Well, you remember 10 years before that, Washington rookie safety LaRon Landry got shot in the crotch on purpose.
I do remember that.
Yeah. So I don't know, Jaguars. I don't know if this is the best team, but it's fun. Oh, I love to play. I love to play the paintball. Oh man, I've got some epic stories of me and my son, who went on to be a Marine, off in the woods, by Flagstaff, having paint gun wars with about 20, 30 people. Oh, yes, it hurts like a sumbitch, but it is worth it. My God, don't go to one of these dumb little inflatable paint gun shoot 'em out places. You go out into the forest and you have some fun out there. My God, that was fun, man. But anyway, so the Jaguars, will be interesting to keep an eye on the injury report for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Just breaking news is just in. Stacey Lawrence has torn both of his ACLs.
And Christian Kirk's been hitting the nuts.
Christian Kirk also out for the season. He's broken an ankle.
There's no way he could be shot in the nuts. He'd be shot dead in the middle of the chest. He's a short man.
Would he catch it?
Would he catch it in the nuts?
No, if you hit him in the middle of the chest.
No. There'd be one paintball dot here and another one on his thigh for we just drop down. Zacharoni was the unnamed texter from earlier. Zacharoni. He says, not sure how I feel about that though, but it is what it is. I committed to that already. Should we give him a chance to change his texter nickname? Yeah. Should we let him?
I mean,
it's your call, Jeffco.
Well, you know what? You tell me what you have in mind, Zacharoni, and or you can have, Randy suggest some if you have like texter nickname writer's block. I like Zacharoni.
Smack my asterisk. Batman's gadget. I've got a bunch of them.
Butt Thunder. Nobody's taking Butt Thunder.
Butt Thunder.
I am surprised. I'm
Crunk.
Still...
Yeah. Crunk, the champagne of texters.
I don't care for that one.
Don't like that one?
No.
The Steel Brow.
Steel Brow is not bad. Yeah.
Plumber's Crack.
Zacharoni says, tell Kiss the Cook to listen to the online stream while he's on the crapper. We all know they're already sitting there on their phone anyway.
Chin Dimple.
No, that's not bad.
Cowgirly Flames.
Moist One says, can he be by bull? No, Moist One. Stop it. Don't let him just choose for himself.
Herpy Street.
Well, that's probably good, Randy. Thank you. Herpy Street's an amazing one.
Oily Stool.
Okay, that's good. We got to move on.
Butter Pits.
Okay, knock it off. Hefty Lefty says, hi, I'm Laren Landry, and welcome to Jackass. Ding, 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 ding.
Which is crazy because I can't even imagine that image. Laurent Landry was just this big hulk of a human being, and none of those guys on Jackass are that. And I don't know how that would work.
Amazing.
Don't they have a short person on Jackass?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
got a
do.
midget.
In that group, they got a short guy, right?
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says locker box. Ooh, write that one down. I like that one. Locker box.
Well,
That's
you
a good
told me to
nickname.
put it away, and I put it away. Now you want me to break it back out, and you
I want
want
you
me
to
to
just-
write it down.
Type that in. He says he's got to go. He says, my wife is yelling at me to clean my shoe prints off the ceiling. Have a great weekend. All right, Kiss the Cook. Take it easy. Moist one says, new direction. No. Because it makes it sound like you're saying nude erection.
Yeah.
That's why he wants me to say
Yeah.
new direction. Because
Yeah.
I'd say it fast, say new direction.
Mhm.
I see what you're doing there, Moist one.
See, we have one like that on the nude texter.
No, it's new texter.
Nude texter.
I never say nude texter.
Nude texter.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? Hold on.
Foot
See how-
nipple. Foot nipple. That's
I
another
love
one.
Foot nipple. That's
Yeah.
always one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Remember that person who grew a foot? Grew a nipple in the bottom of their foot?
Yeah.
They
Ah.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's a
Somebody
real
actually-
thing. Yeah.
Freak thing. I had a picture of it. They had a nipple in the bottom of their foot. You know,
Biology's weird.
foot fetish people went crazy for that.
Oh, yeah. That was a big day for the foot fetish guys.
I think we need to take care of this before we continue.
Yeah.
Boss Toby needs more tequila, but we got to get to
Uh,
on this date.
Yep.
In Big George's sports history.
Back in the year 1999, after being ejected in the 12th inning by plate umpire Randy Marsh for arguing a catcher's interference call on Mike Piazza, Bobby Valentine returned to the dugout with a pair of sunglasses, a Mets t-shirt, and a fake mustache made of eye black tape. Valentine didn't exactly help himself out when he denied the allegations and visual proof that it was him. Quote, "It was somebody else. Didn't look like me," he told reporters.
That's a true
And-
story. Yeah. I saw that game.
The league did not buy it. They were not amused, and they gave him a 2-game suspension and a $5,000 fine. All I could think when I saw that was, that looks a lot like Weekend at Bernie's. Doesn't that?
I mean,
I
he
love this
didn't-
guy.
He didn't even try to cover up the fact that it was him.
I got the video on my Twitters. If you want to go check it out, you can find me at Radio Pal 1580. Scroll down past the LeBron with a broom thing, and it's right there. As on this day in Big George sports history, it's the whole thing where he gets tossed and then he comes back out later with the whole get up. It's hilarious. I mean, that's worth a 2-game suspension, and a $5,000 fine for sure. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Big George. Tuna purse? I don't know, Moist one. I don't know. You think we can get away with that?
Tuna purse.
I think we can.
Well, we've got nude texter and LaDouche.
Mm-hmm.
LaDouche, panty burp. We've got that in there.
Yeah, I suddenly think that
Weasel
Tuna
nips.
Purse is
We
not
have weasel nips in there.
not that controversial anymore.
Well, Radio Ron has the right of refusal for every texter nickname.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pink Eye wants to know if you've got tickets reserved for the Barbie movie yet.
If I do?
Yeah. He says, has Randy reserved his tickets for Barbie yet?
Who is this that's asking this?
Pink Eye, who's about to have a black eye.
Huh.
Pow.
Pink
Keep it
eye,
up,
huh?
Pink Eye.
Huh.
You know we know where you live, right?
It's all right, Pink Eye. That's okay. I've got nothing but time. You'll ask for something sometime.
Somewhere down the road.
Somewhere down the road, you'll ask me for something, and guess what?
Randy's going to carry an Irish grudge.
I have nothing but time on my side.
Mm-hmm.
I'll slam the door on you so damn hard.
Gone and blew it, Pink Eye. You blew it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, you may not feel this today. You may not feel this tomorrow.
Mm.
You may not even feel this next week, but God is my witness, Mr. Pink Eye, and I know Randy White.
I am.
You will feel it. So I feel like the best thing for Patrick Mahomes is to
Yes.
disown your brother.
Yes.
And divorce Brittany Matthews.
He's not going to divorce her because I think he does actually like her.
Really?
Yeah. I think
They have a
annoying.
kid together, right?
Do you know
I
what
think
she's
she
doing
annoys
now?
the bleep out of him, but I
You know what she's doing now?
No.
He's set to earn $500 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what she's doing? She's selling her used clothing online. I don't know what got into her, but she's trying to make money by selling her used clothing online. This is a true story.
Well, I don't think there's a problem. I mean, frugal. There's probably a market for it.
You think maybe she should add some of this iron because the Lululemon stuff looked really wrinkly. And by the way, she gets that for free from Lululemon. Now she's turning around trying to sell it. So Lululemon's got to be a little bit pissed off too.
Apparently, there are many people that get things from Lululemon for free.
By the way, used bathing suits.
Used.
I just
Some
think,
freaks are going to be online.
oh, without question, because they that's where they live. But I do think that maybe if you have that much money, maybe donate the clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just silly.
Donate the clothes quietly. Don't tell them it comes from you. We had a Major League Baseball player donate to Arizona Sports Angels, and we never told a kid that they came from him because we didn't want them selling this stuff on eBay. We want, he wanted them to use the shoes, Kevin Pillar. He wanted them to use the shoes, not say, oh, look, Kevin Pillar is this and try to sell it or something, you know? So come on, Brady, pull on up to the Goodwill, drop off a bag and drive away. Oh, wait, here comes Moist One.
Oh, boy.
I'll buy them clothes just for the chance that Mahomes left a little something in there and I can clone him. Wow. That way it's even.
Wow.
Welcome back, Moist One. Good to have you.
Good to
The rest of you.
Good to have you back.
Kiss the Cook says, oh, hell, the smell. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack.